hello friends. Welcome to this gory, ghastly, terrible, horrifying, hopefully, Curse of Strahd stream, session 4. This is exciting. This is the spookiest one-shot that's ever gone on for 4 sessions. Who's having a great time? You're the best. My name is Debbie. I use she, her pronouns. I am your dungeon master. I'm having a great time already. Let me first introduce you to your players. We will go around as always. Feel free to introduce yourselves and your characters. So let's go. We're going to go from the opposite order that I normally do, just because I can do what I like. I'm the DM. So please say hello to Living Lena.
I am alive. That one, it works. Yep, that's an adjective. Hi, I'm alive, living Lena. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing as fuck.
New character.
New
Fuck. I'm
character.
excited.
Mari. I played as Mari Mia Tinker, who is a rogue tiefling, and her pronouns are also she, her.
I'm sad not to get to meet fuck, but maybe future character. Next, please say hello to, I'm sorry about this one, Awful Adam.
Hi, everybody. My name is Adam. Sometimes I can indeed be awful. Not typically, though, I don't think. My pronouns are they or he.
Atypical. Sorry.
Atypical Adam.
Jot that one down.
That works. My pronouns are they or he, and I play Teddy, the satyr cleric, whose pronouns are he, him, his.
Thank you very much. Next, please let me introduce you to Embarrassing Elise.
Oh, okay. See if I ever record a podcast episode with you again. Hello, my name is Elise. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am playing Mink, who is a paladin, and his pronouns are he, him, his.
What race is Mink?
Mink is a furbolg.
Lovely, lovely. I wasn't sure whether you said it. Thank you kindly. And last but by no means least, please say hello to Grizzly Galway.
Hello. I was not editing my token. It's fine. My name's Galway. Pronouns are he, him, or they, them, and I play Diota, the elfish artificer, whose pronouns are they, them.
Awesome. That's all of us. Quick housekeeping announcements. We're affiliate on Twitch, which means you can cheer and subscribe. You should definitely do that. There's a way you can link your Amazon Prime account to support us via Prime Gaming. You should also do that. Chat commands. If you're in the chat, you should be. If you're watching live. If you're not watching live, sorry. Exclamation point Discord will get you a link to our Discord community, where you can see the funny things that I find on the internet and share with my friends, and pictures of my dogs sometimes. Mostly at the moment, it's Kenneth trying to climb in the dishwasher. Exclamation point merch will get you a link to our merch store where you can buy cool stuff with artwork designed by members of the community, like this sweet t-shirt. It's cool. Exclamation point Ko-fi, coffee, Kofefe? I'm not sure. If you would like to support us, you can do that. You can buy us a coffee. It helps us buy assets like stuff in Roll20 that we're using for this game. And last but not least, exclamation point donate. Just trying to get Galway's attention.
Currently,
if you would like
links
about
to our
this
support of the Trevor Project benefiting LGBTQ youth in America. As always, we encourage you, if you have the time, the energy, the resources, check that out. And also look for a charity in your local area benefiting the same causes or communities. Back to you, Debbie.
Excellent. Look at that. We're throwing each other the stream as if it was a ball or other metaphor. Cool.
I throw things like balls at people.
Yeah. safer usually than throwing knives, for example. You can get more Helpful Goat via podcast. You can look up Goats and Dragons or Helpful Goat Presents or Dom and Dragons for any of those podcasts that you may wish to listen to. They're all different, all excellent. I recommend all of them. You can also find a bunch of content on YouTube. I believe that's what the kids are calling it to cattail today. Oh.
I was not looking at our cameras. I thought cattail was part of that thought.
No, there was the thought, and then the cattail appeared in the middle of the thought, so it came out of my mouth. Because that's how the brain works. Yep.
The cattail came out of your mouth?
Anyway, yes. So, welcome into our Helpful Goat Curse of Strahd stream. 2 final announcements. I am 4 sessions into being a DM, running this gothic horror campaign, trying to resist my naturally silly tendencies, doing a bad job of it, but having a great time. I thank everyone in advance for their patience if I fumble some things, particularly rules stuff, and a big thank you to all of the players for their patience as I work out whether they're rolling brain, body, or other checks at any point during this game. There's 2 kinds of checks today, guys, brain or body, that's all you've got. It's not true. This is intended to be a horror stream, and because of that, it may not be suitable for everyone. General themes today include gore, right off the bat, death by suicide, evil rituals, icky monsters, being trapped, and harm to a baby. So if that doesn't sound good for you today, feel free to give this one a miss. Take care of yourself, because that's more important. Right. Are we ready?
Yes.
We have an Chelsea poem for commencing appropriately.
We do. I can read it if you like.
Yes, go. Go, embarrassing Elise.
I'm thinking of adjectives for you now.
Do it. Dreadful,
Okay.
dastardly, disgusting. There's
No.
loads.
Dolorous?
Ghosts, ghosts everywhere. The same fate you are avoiding to share. A family secret buried deep in successful murder plot. The secret tunnel looms to consume you lot. Not at all an ominous darkness and baby cry. Much love you're seen and heard. Cursed goats, and please don't die.
Please don't die. Thank you, Chelsea. That's good advice. You know what would help keep you all alive? Resting. Just saying. You make your own mistakes / choices.
I don't
Okay.
understand why you keep trying to get us to rest when we took a long rest, a fake long rest.
You took a long rest like 5 minutes ago. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Last time, we found a really nice basement full of all of the normal things that you have in a basement, like crypts and barracks and dining rooms and a grick and some ghouls. Perfect basement. We took a rest, as Lena said, and nothing bad happened. We put the kids, Rose and Thorm, to rest and got inspiration, and then we spent all of our inspirations trying unsuccessfully to prevent Mink from being paralyzed while we fought 4 ghouls.
What a mess.
It was good, wasn't
That
it?
fight sucked. That was terrible.
We used
point.
4 rolls to fail.
You rolled
Yeah, it was
a
great.
1, a 2, a 1 is the series I remember.
It sucked.
Where I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Well, I was having a great time, so yeah, that's on you. That's on you. Okay. Also, I've seen that in the chat there's a few suggestions for adjectives. So if I get distracted in a minute, it's because I'm looking at those and writing them down, just so you know. Right. So Mink survived and 1v1'd a Grick. Good job. Off screen. We're now in a nice bedroom, and I can read you the description of that before we start. The last session, the last thing we did was find Skeletoni, a body hanging by a taut noose from the ceiling, with a crumpled piece of paper in its hand. Also, I did forget to mention last time that the babies crying that you've heard throughout the basement so far seemed to be coming from this room, but as soon as you entered the room, it stopped, and an ominous, unintelligible, distant chanting begins to rise from somewhere deeper in the lovely basement. Doesn't feel ominous at all. So, if you like, I can start by rereading the description of the basement bedroom that you're in. That sound good?
Sure.
Okay. So, as you enter the next room, you find a makeshift underground bedroom. A large wood-framed bed with a rotted feather mattress takes up the bulk of the space. On the near wall sits a wooden wardrobe, and at the foot of the bed is an aged footlocker with some items hanging out. Above the bed, hanging from a taut noose, skeletoni, is the corpse of a man in a black suit. One of his withered, bony hands clutches a crumpled note. Over to you.
There's a dead body in here.
There's been dead bodies a lot of places.
Oh, like a hanging skeleton. Dead body.
If it's a skeleton, how is it hanging?
Don't question that kind of stuff.
Maybe not, like quite like a proper skeleton, like maybe like the ligaments haven't skeletonized yet. It's just I can come look if that would
The
help.
ligaments haven't skeletonized?
Right, so the ligaments are what hold the bones together. I think I got an A in anatomy and physiology and immediately forgot all of it. But I'm pretty sure ligaments hold bones together. So if the ligaments are still like intact and it just hasn't like quite
They haven't decayed yet.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Come check it out. I don't want to.
I'm gonna look at the dead body and check it for traps. It's my main concern, actually.
You're on push to talk, Debbie, just as a reminder.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Roll a trap check on the body. Lovely. A 19.
Hey, 19.
The body is not trapped, but with your investigation, you see the crumpled note in the corpse's hand, and you think, that's interesting.
It's got a note in its hand, but it's not the baby, and the baby stopped crying, and maybe wasn't in this room. It just sounded like it was, so we should go.
I will come in, kind of shield up between me and the skeleton because I've had a lot of jump scares today, and with my other hand reach around and take the note real fast and see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay, I'll read the note.
You should now see an handout in your handouts called Crumpled Note.
My beloved children, I wish I could do what all fathers do and tell you that monsters aren't real, but it wouldn't be true. Life can create things of exquisite beauty, but it can also twist them into hideous beings, selfish, violent, grotesque, monstrous. Any of those start with any grotesque? Write it down.
Got it.
It hurts me to say that your mother has turned into one such monster, inside and out. And I'm afraid the disease that afflicted her mind has taken hold of me as well. It sickens me to think what we've put you through. There is no excuse. I only ask of you, though I know I do not have the right to do so, to try and forgive us. I despise what your mother has become, but I love and pity her all the same. Rose, I wish I could see you blossom into a strong, beautiful woman. Thorn, I wish I could be there for you the way I couldn't be for Walter. But I can't. This is what I deserve. Goodbye.
Look, I know this guy is dead, but I don't think it's like very cool to blame his wife for all of his mistakes in his suicide note. Like he gets the last word. That's a bit fucked up.
Are we proceeding under the assumption that this was the wife sacrificing her husband's bastard child from spite and also summoning demons?
Yeah, Elizabeth.
Wait, what?
What do you mean, wait, what?
Has
Marty, where
that
have
been
you
what's
been?
been happening?
I do a medical check on Marty.
I thought we were just
Go
looking
ahead.
for a baby. If the baby is sacrificed,
The natural one.
You think that Mari is possessed. And that's
You
why
can't-
she doesn't remember what's all of the things that you've learned about, like the letter that said we're going to sacrifice the baby and all of the rituals and the experiments and things like this.
I grab Teddy and I shove Teddy at Mari and I say, do the thing. Get the thing out of her. Something's possessing her. I know you've got you made those skeleton things run away from us. Ghouls, whatever. Do it to her. You're possessed,
What?
Mari. Just hold on. We're gonna take
I'm
care
not
of
possessed. Please don't waste resources on me.
So I Mink is telling me to turn. Well, I can turn undead. I know I think I can make undead run away, but I don't know if I can make. Well, if an undead has. Are you, Mari? Are you currently under the influence of an undead entity?
No.
Blink twice if you didn't mean that.
Well, now I tried not to blink and my eyes are burning. Fuck, I blinked once.
All right, if you blink again in the next minute, I'm using my channel divinity on you.
I swear I'm not possessed.
Well, no, I think what I can do is say that I had prepared to detect evil and good.
I mean, had
But
you
that would also-
prepared detect evil and good?
Please don't waste resources.
No.
This is Lena
Okay.
now.
What I will do is I will cast the guidance cantrip on Mari and tell her, like, I'm trying to help you exorcise whatever evil is in you that is keeping you from tracking the plot.
I'm not possessed. I'm confused because Mink said the baby was a monster, and we were down here to find the monster baby and kill the monster baby. And now Mink and Diota are saying that the baby was sacrificed already.
Okay.
And
Hang on. Let's start from the beginning. Elizabeth hates Walter the baby. This is a long time ago.
Funny, the moment you say the name Elizabeth,
Oh fuck.
the far earth wall. So hang on, let me
Oh, no.
ping Don's la map.
Jump scare time.
Like here, just behind where Murray is. You see that?
No.
nope.
You're on the wrong layer for us to be able to see the ping.
Thanks, boss. Second time lucky. The far earth wall. You see this ping?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's very
Yeah,
close to
you
me. I
see?
don't like that.
Yeah, right behind Marie. The far earth wall shakes when you say Elizabeth.
Is that
And-
normal?
And
You tell me, Diota. Is that normal?
which layer do I want? Token layer or map layer? Token layer. Yes. Yes.
I'm
yes.
fine with you adding new elements to the map. So map layer?
And Mrs. Durst, now aghast, crawls forth. She wears a tattered, once beautiful red dress overlain with a black robe, like you've seen other folks in the. Like you've seen elsewhere in the lovely basement. The neckline of her dress hangs very low. You imagine once it was, quite beautiful and seductive, but now it just reveals an open and rotting chest cavity within which you can see her literal black heart. Literal. Her lips and gums are black with rot, and her smile is just unpleasant and wild. At this point, she bears only a vague resemblance to the portrait that you saw upstairs, but you can recognize enough to know that it's definitely her. And she did appear when you said her name. And she kind of claws her way out of the raw wall and says, "Hello. You found my dead husband." She waves a rotting clawed hand at the hanging Skeletoni. "A lecherous traitor who deserved his death, betraying me with the nursemaid. Unthinkable, hideous. And then to bring that bastard child into my house. Unacceptable. I never cared much for children. They're nothing more than bothersome nuisances, even my own. How could he betray me? Me, who is so beautiful and perfect and immortal? But what do you want here? Have you come to steal the secret?
Right, and
I
like,
want-
did you read his suicide note? He didn't even take accountability for his actions. He just blamed you.
Before we get into the feminist deconstruction of the suicide note, can all of you please make wisdom saving throws to avoid being frightened of this ghast?
God damn it.
11.
Are you the kind of paladin yet where you have like, auras that help with
No,
shit?
because we're level 2.
Sorry,
Friends,
working on my saving throw.
You're good, Galway. This is not looking good to begin with.
Woo!
Oh no!
This is really bad.
Did we all fail?
Please
no.
hold.
Why? As a paladin, I have an aura, you see?
Do you right now, Mink?
No.
At least
Nora?
is this. If you justify,
No.
do I need to start the timer?
Yeah,
Oh dear.
you have an aura of failure that we're all being.
Okay,
affected
okay.
Adam,
by.
Wow!
But
I thought that's what you were saying. Like, I have an aura. I'm sorry, guys. You're in my aura.
You're in it and you're.
but Groboa rolled a 13. Is this going to be another fight where Groboa just carries us?
Yep. Well, I've just realized I have music on, so I'm gonna just put some. I think this fight music. I don't remember.
We don't have to fight. We can just have a chat.
Sure. Okay.
And Yuzek's a helpful, friendly person.
Look, Galway, sometimes I am too
not-
trusting.
Do not cross the streams. Right. So, yes. Except Graboa, all of you fail, which means you're all frightened.
We have to run, right? We have to spend our actions
think-
running.
I think that's what it means.
That's not technically part of the frightened action.
Oh, okay.
Frightened
so what's
action, you
frightened?
have disadvantage on skill checks and attack rolls while you can see the source of your fear. You cannot willingly move closer to the source of your
Okay.
fear. It's special things like turn undead or dissonant whispers that require you to run.
Okay, this isn't me arguing yet, but I think maybe like only Mink and I, maybe Teddy can actually see her, right? I don't think Deota can see her.
I think it's a ghast, which stinks, and Galway, Diopta can probably hear her. And I think the idea of a ghast is enough to be frightening. Well, you've just fought 4 ghouls.
Okay.
You want to argue the clock?
Yes, now
is
I'm
starting?
arguing. Okay, but Debbie,
okay.
the
Hang on,
exact text of frighten, of fear, is that the source of your, if you can see the source of your fear, not perceive it in any way. And if Deota
Okay.
can't see it, then I think Deota at least wouldn't have disadvantage.
That is rules as written how frightened works. If you can move to a point where you cannot see the source of your fear, you do lose that disadvantage. Like you can hide
so
behind a wall and stuff.
So how's this? So Diota can't currently see the ghast, but if at any point Diota moves into eye line with the ghast, the roll that's previously made will stand, and at that point Diota will get afraid.
We can even count it
Yeah,
as
that
I've
makes
made
sense.
the roll. I'm frightened. I have the frightened condition. I roughly know where she is. I can't move closer to that, but I don't currently suffer the disadvantage because I can't see her.
All right, I will accept this. I'm loath to give in to Lena.
Meanwhile,
but it's
Graboa is good.
a rational argument. Graboa is like gonna murder this. But at the moment, you haven't rolled initiative. It hasn't dissolved into a fight. Mrs. Durst has simply asked you what you're doing here.
And I said the thing about how her shitty husband didn't even take accountability of the suicide note.
She does not react to your feminist diatribe.
I don't think that was a diatribe yet.
Diatribe, Debbie.
Well, now I'm very scared of this gas, so I don't want to talk to her anymore. Somebody else talk to her.
Shocking that a member of the landed elite wouldn't be amenable to, the whole discussion of counter culture.
I look in
Nerd.
utter disbelief in Diota's direction, although I cannot see him. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Because I'm terrified too. You're just gonna okay. I look back at Mrs. Durst and squaring up, still very scared. I say, we came to find two of my companion's friends. They
My
look like
friends are missing.
her. They have horns. Have you seen them?
They're from
No.
just like me. They would think that your husband was a real ass too. They're very nice.
Well, if you haven't seen them, maybe we just, and I kind of grab Maddie and start pulling her back and like bump into Teddy. Like, we just leave for now
Yeah, we'll just be on
and
our way.
we'll find them somewhere else.
What are you doing here?
Looking
Why
for
are you
my
in my
friends.
house?
I'm fairly sure
Why were your friends in my house?
Because they were seeking adventure and thought it would be fun to explore a rundown house because they are young and stupid and this isn't fun. And now I'm worried they're dead. But they're probably not dead because you haven't seen them. So we're just gonna go keep looking for them. Okay?
You're trespassing.
I know, and we'll leave as soon as I find my friends.
Why should I let you leave?
Because we're trespassing. So you want us off your property.
Or maybe I want to harvest your parts.
I don't really know what that means.
I think at this point, Mink attacks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
All right.
that feels fair. That the Vengeance Paladin gets right up to harvest your parts. And
Harvest
it's
your
like,
parts.
no, we just crossed that line of now must kill.
So we have to roll initiative. Do we have disadvantage on initiative? If we can see her?
It's not a
Yes,
skill check.
Technically,
It's
is a
not
skill
a skill
check.
check. You're a skill check. I'm Googling that.
Wow.
Golly, you cut off or something? So I just saw you gesturing
That's
emphatically at me.
all
but-
I did.
Wait, so disadvantage or not on initiative?
Initiative rolls are ability checks, but not skill checks. What is the
It-
phrase of fear?
It's ability checks.
Ability
Fuck.
check.
It also has to specify attack rolls.
Ability checks and attack rolls. Okay, so we do have disadvantage. I will use my good boy ready for anything to have advantage and bring it back to normal.
Fuck yeah!
Natural 20 for a 21.
That's some bullshit, just saying.
Golly, how do I toggle a disadvantage on if I'm on the always roll with advantage thing, but it doesn't show me the rolls for
Just roll it
knowledge roll
twice
advantage?
and then let Debbie use
Okay.
the lower one.
Okay. I got a 6. Fuck.
It is astoundingly hard to get either advantage or disadvantage on initiative rolls in Roll20. You have to set it on that like settings page because Charity always has advantage. This is why I know this.
So
Yeah.
Debbie, you're gonna have to manually go in and edit all of ours then, I think, for the lowest.
Okay.
Only if our first one was the lowest.
Right. If our second one was the lowest. If
No.
our first one was the lowest, you
It
don't have to edit that.
oversets. It overwrites.
So I rolled the lowest second, and now that's my turn order. It's 8. So
Yes, yours is perfect.
It's a LIFO stack.
Oh.
It's last in, first out.
Don't know what you just said to me.
Don't worry. It's fine. Goy, are you rolling again, or is yours with...
I don't have disadvantage.
No, you're around the corner, aren't you? Yes. Fuck. I remember. I was listening.
You were involved in that conversation, Debbie.
Allegedly.
Mink,
Okay.
Mink.
So, Mink got a natural 20, which means I'm going to let you do your while she's talking attack, and then you can have another attack. But this is and Gast. And any creature that starts its turn within 5 foot of the ghast must succeed on a DC 10, I should have told you that, Constitution saving throw, or be poisoned until the start of your next turn.
Oh no. Poison. Disadvantage. Jesus!
I
We're
roll
off
my
to such a
physical
good
fucking
start.
dice. This is horrible. That's a 4, so I'm poisoned. But poison just inflicts disadvantage, which I already have.
Right,
So
so it's fine.
I just
Okay.
have
Double
disadvantage.
disadvantage. So you roll 4 times every time.
No.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Okay, so I'm gonna take with disadvantage an attack with my Morning Star, or I'm going to use Words of Radiance because then it's a saving throw on her side of things, right? Constitution saving throw, DC 13. Not awesome.
I rolled a 15.
I'm fine. So nothing fucking happens. I can't move closer to her, but I can grab Mari and shove her behind me into Teddy and shove them both back a bit, huh?
Sure. If you want to use your movement to shove, you may. And because you've got a natural 20, you can go again.
Okay. Ooh, I think I'm gonna try Words of Radiance one more time. So another DC 13.
Another saving throw.
Yeah.
This time we roll a 3. So
Okay.
how much damage do I take?
Okay, I need to roll it again because that was last. 4 radiant.
It's exactly the same. Cool.
I can't actually move Mari or Teddy's tokens. So I don't know how you might want to resolve that.
Yeah,
Also,
where would I
I
be
cannot
positioned?
see like her icon or anything like that. I'm just
Same.
assuming she's here, but I can't see anything. This wall is blank for me, or is black.
Oh.
Oh,
Bam.
lovely.
She beautiful. Look at that tongue.
So
Isn't that lovely?
you pushed us back. Should I move?
I was
like
trying to
here?
push, Mari in behind me into the hallway, and by nature of kind of shoving Mari into Teddy, it would kind of have a kind of effect. Just to get Mari a little bit safer. Okay,
Moving walkway, this bullshit.
that's the end of my turn.
All right. Which means it's my turn, or Mrs. Durst's turn.
Was that Minx? Oh, that's right. You Word of Radiance
I-
the second time. Sorry.
Repeat my saving throws for being frightened.
For being frightened,
Yeah.
yes, you may.
Okay, so I
At the
would
end
get
of your
2
turn.
because it was 2 turns, right? So I can do the saving throw twice.
Sure. And you want to repeat your Constitution saving poison throw. Please.
Okay, so here's the point. I didn't mean to put on disadvantage on that, but that's so I would have had a 19.
So, saving throws you don't have disadvantage on, correct?
No.
Yes. So you're not poisoned.
Okay, so
And
then
you now have immunity to the poison from this ghast for 24 British hours.
okay, I will do my wisdom first. Wisdom save is a 17, so I shrug off the
Bam.
fear effect.
Not frightened.
Not
Fucking
frightened.
brave. You damage the thing, you know it's damageable. Good job.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Nice. Excellent. Right. Now it's my turn. And because you just hurt it and you're in front of it, Mrs. Durst is kind of rising up to her unnaturally tall height, like she's bigger than she should be as a human person. And one of her blackened claw hands with like talons strikes out at you, and she tries to claw you in the face.
Come on.
Does a natural 20 hit you?
No, fuck you.
I am sorry.
Yeah, okay, let's go. I mean, obviously, my armor class is 19, so unless she has a -2 to her attacks.
And crit hits actually apply on attacks.
Okay.
I should have drunk that fucking potion of heroism on my first turn. What was I thinking?
So, I would like you to take 15 points of damage.
I'm down.
And be down.
Okay. Mink collapses to the ground in a
How's it-
pile of armor.
How's it going in there?
Ugh.
Shit.
1 down, 3 to go.
I would like to argue that because Mink is very large, she can't get past Mink to get to the rest of us because Mink's blocking the doorway.
No. She's going to step on Mink.
Mink is very large.
She's aghast. She don't care.
Also, at 3, Dyota is going to be sitting there looking at Graboa, going, "Is it you? Who's she counting?"
You're around the corner. Maybe she can't see you. Right, Dyota, it is your turn. It doesn't tell me that I get more than 1 attack, so I assume I just get 1 attack.
Correct.
I think we're level 2 and would be fucking dead if she hits that hard and got multi-attack.
I'm sad. I like
That's how
killing
I
people.
feel about not having 2 attacks too, Debbie. So
It's sad, isn't it? Dyota.
Oh, wait. Please hold. I need to look one thing up, sorry.
You're good. Just to say thank you to Galway for making the map overlay so that everyone on the stream can now see not only our beautiful faces, but also where we are in this lovely basement.
Right, that would have been way more useful if I'd... Yeah, okay. I need to change how that's in on Graboa's sheet.
Someone is playing around with the alchemical ingredients. I blame Adam.
Wow, I have kind of shit for this situation. That's not good because of the way that we're standing. That's not good. That's not good. Would we rule that I can see Mari and Teddy from where I'm standing?
Yeah, I reckon so. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Jota is going to glow briefly for a moment. And Madi, Teddy, and Dyota will be blessed.
So that's a +4 to attack rolls and saving throws?
Correct. Add a D4 to those. Sorry about that, Mink. We'll work on
Sorry,
you.
yeah, a
next.
D4, not a +4. A +4 would be great.
That is the end of my turn. Makes it Graboa's turn.
can't hear you,
Push to
Debbie.
talk.
Raboa rolled their own initiative. So
Didn't mean for them to. I forgot. They go at the
I
end
can
of my turn.
That's fine. I'll delete them out of the order.
I
Yeah,
completely forgot.
No problem, no problem. They can go now. Do the Graboan. Graboan, go away.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess if we're just making up words, we could say anything.
Graboa is going to do a ranged attack. 11.
11 does not hit.
That's okay. He's put in good work up until now. Then he's going to float
Yeah.
Not okay.
down the hall and move over to the side here.
Can Graboa be frightened?
Graboa passed their check.
Never mind, ignore me.
And they cannot be poisoned. So,
Oh, cool. Okay, so NVM.
and that is it for my go.
All right, Teddy.
Oh, wait. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh yes, to a well. Can you from around the corner? Can you see them yet?
Well, but we said that I'm scared of them. I'm just around the corner so that I wasn't
Okay.
suffering the impacts.
Okay.
$14.
Oh yes, then you're fine.
Bless.
That bless is coming in to save your butts. Good job.
So that is now it for me. Sorry.
Very good. Very good, Teddy.
Okay, so Mink is down. Mari is kind of between me and the Miss Durst. But
Yes. Correct.
that doesn't does that affect my ability to get at Mrs. Durst?
You can't willingly move closer as long as you're frightened.
Because of frightened. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to try to do some magic on the Ghast here. Spell Ghast? Ghast? What is it? Ghast?
Ghast. Ghast.
Ghast. Ghast.
Like
I guess if you're
ghastly.
American. Ghast. Ghast.
How do you say
What's
gas?
this
Like
one?
gasoline.
Gas. Not
Just checking.
gas.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on Mrs. Durst here. So let me put this in the Guiding Bolt. A flash of light streaks toward a creature of my choice within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes radiant damage. So do I have to roll
Nice,
something?
nice. Yeah, you roll yours.
Yes. And don't forget you've got a plus 1d4, right, from Bless, but you're still rolling at disadvantage because you're frightened.
Correct.
I roll that just from the attack guiding bolt, I guess. That's a 13 plus I add a d4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 15.
15.
And 15 hits. So roll your damage.
I think you should be able. Oh, sorry. To just click the guiding bolt like words on in the chat, and it'll roll it.
Cast at what level? Level 1. That's 10 radiant damage.
Rude. Mink, I'm moving you so I can get to my token, but I'll move you back in a second.
Okay, no worries.
I know
Rude.
Lisa's disappointed to no longer be sharing space with a Ghast.
To be stood on by a rotting, evil person. Yep. Okay. Cool.
I will say that I feel like Teddy, every time he has to cast like a spell that like an attack spell against something, like he's got an increase, it causes him like kind of a certain level of like anguish to kind of do it. Like he doesn't like doing this, and it's he's not happy about it. He's kind of doing it reluctantly, but he'll do it. And now that Mrs. Durst has been hit with a guiding bolt, she's drenched in a mystical dim light that will that will counteract the effect of frighten on whoever next attacks her. It would give advantage, but instead it will just make it a regular attack for the next person who attacks her before the end of Tilly's next turn.
Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Moving, bonusings.
Let me quick take away. I'm down to one spell slot, I think. Magic in D&D. I'm never going to fully understand it. The spellcasting system. I think that that's it. Other than I guess rolling against my frightened condition.
Yep. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Unless would there be a strategic reason to move out of the way at all? I'll just do the wisdom save. That's a critical failed wisdom save.
Yeah, you're still frightened. I don't think you can be more frightened. You're just really fucking frightened.
I mean, if you can come up with something dastardly, I like honoring critical fails whenever we can. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Teddy would like try to run away or.
What's Teddy's fear? Is it bugs?
It is bugs, yeah. Are there any bugs in this ghast?
Oh,
like
yeah.
has the light, he's like cast this light, the guiding bolt, but the light has caused all of the
maggots,
the moths inside of her to come out toward the light.
Yes.
And that freaks him the fuck out. And so he will try to move away.
I think that's fair.
He'll try to hide behind Giota.
Giota's down there, but live your life.
Who's this? What is this icon in the
That's
shadows?
the dog. That's Lancelot, the dog.
Okay, he'll hide behind the dog. No, he'll hide over here.
Yeah, you can. It's an emaciated dog. Is that it for your turn?
Yes, it is. That's my turn.
All right. Marie, you're up.
So, do I need to make a Constitution save because I'm close to the ghast?
Oh, yeah. That's right. You are in 5 foot of the ghast. Constitution save and throw or be poisoned. Double disadvantage. Oh, you passed. Bullshit. Okay, so you are immune to the ghast stench for 24 hours.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I didn't even need bless yet. Okay. I'm going to attack her with my silvered short sword, if it matters. I'm gonna roll a d4 and hope that that bumps me up enough. Does a 13 hit?
If it meets, it beats, right?
Yes.
It does hit.
Fuck yeah, okay. And that's a total of 13 damage.
Wow.
Very nice.
Is she looking bloodied?
What's bloodied?
Under 50%.
Yes.
You don't have to tell us. That's a Pathfinder rule.
She already said yes.
Wow.
However, it is, I think, generally a cool thing to do as a GM.
Yeah. So, she looks quite hurt. Not like on death's door, not on her last legs, but yeah, she's a bit beaten up and like bits of rotting flesh are hanging off of her where she's been struck, and like it's all just rancid, and the maggots and moths are coming out of her, and yeah, her there's like blood leaking from her, but it's sticky and greenish ichory. It's really pleasant. She's great. Anything else for your turn, Marie?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to offhand attack or pull back. I think I'm going to offhand attack because it's a very small room, so she can just follow me.
Rogue tank.
Yeah. Yep.
Rogue's
My
got more
14
HP
AC.
than Mink.
So offhand attack, it's a crit.
Oh, I should have drawn a bad boy card earlier when I crit Mink. Please hold.
Okay. And do I get one for critting?
Yes. I was like, oh, you got a crit, get a good boy card. And then I was like,
get a
I'll
good
get
boy card for critting too from initiative.
You do
right?
for your initiative. Well, remember, okay, we're getting there.
And how do I see what card I just drew? I definitely clicked draw. Is this my
Clicking
hand?
on your by your name, it should show that you have 4 cards, and then you just click those cards, and then you can see them.
Ah. Okay, let me add this one to my notes really quick, and then I will roll damage. So I got sturdy as a dwarf. You reroll any constitution-based check with advantage. Damage. So that's a total of... I don't get the sneak for this. Ignore the sneak. 11 piercing damage.
Lena, tell me how Murray kills Mrs. Durst, the lovely ghast.
And stab her just like straight through the roof of the mouth, up through the head, while saying, I was trying to sympathize with your feminist plight.
She just collapses and just as she falls to the ground, before all of the bits of her fall apart and ooze around, she looks at
All
you.
over Mink. Just
Covered in ghast ichor. She looks at you and Marie and says, I don't know what you mean, but why don't you see if you can find the cursed baby further in the dungeon? And then splat, Mink's covered in grossness. And you think, oh, good, that's the end of combat. But it isn't. Please hold.
Good.
Guys, is it just me, or does Mrs. Durst seem a lot like a museum exhibit tour guide?
See if you can find the cursed baby. Where's Waldo? Where's Walter?
Where's Walt?
Where is Walter? And in the place where she was appears a shadow. Let me just roll initiative for this shadow. Hold
You
on.
don't have to do that, Debbie. We could have a chat.
I mean, maybe I can just say that the shadow killed you all instantly.
No, that's not a fun chat. How do I close my good boy cards? Oh, I figured it out. Okay, I'm fine. Nope, I didn't. What is...
Click the same thing you did to open them. The icon that shows you how many you have.
I accidentally just flipped one over on the deck. I'm trying to close the deck. Or, no, somebody else's cards. It's Mink's. I figured it out. Anyway, somebody should flip that back over on the deck.
What?
I don't know
I
how
wouldn't
to
worry
do
about it. I don't know how to do that. So therefore, I'm just not going to worry about it.
Should
Just don't look at it.
I discard it? The good boy card
Yeah,
that's
I think that's
flipped
fine.
up? Well, did I? I think I did it.
It looks
I
right.
think so, yes.
To my complete shock.
Good job. Okay, so still in combat. Mrs. Durst is dead, but there's a weird shadow in her place. Don't know why that is. Back to the top of Murray. Is that all your turn? Oh, anyone
Yeah,
that was
I don't
frightened
have
is no
any.
longer frightened. The ghasts. I mean, it's still stinky, but it doesn't have its stench power anymore. So back to the top of the order. Mink,
Oh,
Do you wanna
quick,
make a-
Mari, give a feminist analysis of why Mrs. Durst is now a shadow of her former self.
I cannot do that off the top of my head, Adam.
All right, here comes my death save. It's a 15.
15. That is one success. Mark that down. Oh, the ghast is dead. Sad. Diota, you're up.
Jota is going to step around the corner. Word of Radiance. Constitution saving throw.
I rolled an 11.
Does not succeed. 5 radiant damage.
Okay, I have a rules question.
Uh-huh.
If I have a vulnerability to radiant damage, what does that mean?
Doubles the damage.
So
You
5
double.
becomes 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, this shadow's looking pretty fucked.
Good.
I have to move back because I can't share a space with Mari. So I do provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yes, 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 yes!
Is Word of Radiance a touch attack?
Range of 5 feet.
It's 5 foot, but it's AoE, so you can hit
So
more
it's
than one thing.
everything around me.
Okay, but you do
But I
have to
have to be
okay,
next to it.
I'm sorry. I thought it was ranged.
No. There is no truly AoE ranged cantrip. The power scaling would be completely busted.
Acid splash?
It's not true AoE. You can pick 2 targets next to each other.
Oh, okay.
It's not Baldur's Gate, where acid
I
splash.
don't use it in Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's
Acid
Gate it is on
boring.
acid.
I like birding things.
Okay. I don't know what the bejesus is happening, but I rolled another crit hit. So,
Goodbye, everyone.
it's not you, Jyoti, you're fine. So the shadow is, a shadow. It's all dark and amorphous, and the light that Diota's spell has kind of lit up a lot of it, but much of it still remains, and this kind of tentacle of shadow lashes out and wraps around Murray and squeezes all of you, like, all at once, and it's horrendous.
Attack of opportunity can't be made against someone except the person
it is you.
moving.
It is you. Okay. Never mind. Then it is you, Diota. Oh, in which case it's much worse. So it wraps around you and squeezes you and breaks every single bone in your tiny elf body. You take 16 points of necrotic damage, and your
Good night, Moon.
your strength score is reduced by 1d4.
Oh, I have so many D4s of strength to give.
That's what I thought. Please hold
Roll
while
a
I
one.
roll.
Less concentration.
Yes,
So we're not blessed anymore. Okay.
correct.
So your strength score goes down by 2.
Reduction lasts until I finish a short or long rest. Let me make a note of this because I'm going to actually change
You're
it
fine.
so that my calculations change, but I want to, not
Aw.
forget.
And can Grubbo act when it's not when you're unconscious?
Yes.
Good.
Repo.
I don't remember the name.
Raboa?
Graboa.
Yes. Grubboa.
So,
Right.
okay.
In
we're
fact,
both-
Graboa is now completely free to act compared to before. He can take any of his actions without me spending resources.
Master has given Graboa a sock. Graboa is a free potion bottle.
Graboa will back up and force strike. 25.
Is that 25 to hit?
Yes.
Oh, I guess that hits.
3 force damage.
Not dead yet.
Neat. That is the end of my turn.
Eddie?
Teddy's no longer frightened. Is that right?
Correct. The cause of the fright is Diad.
What? What's this thing with the red X?
That's Diota.
Diota dead on the ground.
Well, that's what just happened.
Not dead, but knocked
But
out.
down.
Bleeding out. Crushed by a shadow tentacle.
And Mink is still down over here, right?
Yep. Two
Mink's
down, two to
actually
go.
underneath the shadow. Debbie just
Yeah.
moved Mink's thing, if it matters for targeting at all.
Um. I mean, I think probably. I mean, I love a good heal, but I should probably try to take out this shadow. And I saw. Teddy saw that. Who attacked with radiant damage?
Diota.
Diota. So yeah, before he went down, he did.
Yes.
They.
Everybody
couldn't-
saw that the
they-
attack was extremely effective, and the light seemed to burn away large portions of the shadow. Surprising that
If you
light
use
burns away
your
shadow.
last spell slot to attack,
I won't be able to heal.
yeah, then I think me and Diota will just be left to the whims of death saves.
I mean, we'll fucking stabilize you, but then we'll have to wait until, like, what, 8 hours for you to wake back up or something?
No,
Yeah, I guess
it's not
so.
that long.
How long is it? It's too long, probably. Also, I said that really
Almost.
confidently for, like, not having any skill in medicine. So I'll try to stay. Wait, can I stabilize? Do I have to make a med check to stabilize that side of battle? Or is it
Yes.
just poke?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay.
It's almost
If Adam
as if
has spare the
I'm
dying,
I do have spare the dying. Should I use that mid battle on Diota?
I don't. You should do what you want to do, and if you want to take out the shadow with your do it. I'm just thinking if it comes to it, right?
Yeah.
Our best chance in terms of getting the party back up without waiting for whatever reset there has to be.
1d4 hours.
1d4 hours. Okay.
It could be up to 4 hours.
Yeah.
But it might not.
So
be too long.
I think it's just up to you.
I can also preserve life with channel divinity. Which would allow me to give healing points to both of you. When the time comes. It's this one. Well, then I'll just I can do a Sacred Flame cantrip, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So have I got to make a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah.
I rolled a 21.
That beats my Sacred Flame. Which is annoying, Debbie.
Sorry.
Well, I think that might be all I can do. Unless I, do I have... Yeah, I guess that's my pathetic turn.
Wow.
Don't call
Okay.
yourself pathetic. If you had hit with that, and it's not your fault you didn't hit, it would have done double damage because it's vulnerable to it. So that wasn't like a bad move.
I wasn't calling myself pathetic, I was calling my turn pathetic.
Your turn's pathetic. Okay. Cool.
Wow. Okay.
Well-
That backfired, Lena. Okay, so it's the Shadow's turn, and it's got Mari in front of it, who's not yet hurt. So it's gonna wrap you in shadows and try and break all of the bones in your body and drain your
Thanks,
strength
good.
away.
Yeah.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yeah?
You may take 15 necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by, please hold, 4.
Wow.
It's good, isn't it? Is your strength score 0?
Nope, not yet.
Oh. Well, let me know if it does ever get to 0, because it's gonna be bad. Just saying.
And when does that come off? With a
hang on.
long rest?
Short or long rest?
Yes, correct.
Because I just looked it up for myself. I was like,
Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah, I should have told you. I'm sorry.
oh no, not at all.
And then, what happens if I hide? What does that do?
If you just do it while you're standing in front of me, I'm not sure it does anything because that's
Okay, well,
silly.
That's bullshit. Never mind. That's it.
Then you crouch down in front of Mari, and Mari's like, ow, the fuck?
My go? I don't know where the shadow is. Oh, I see it. My go.
The shadow is in front of you. Yes, your turn.
Cool. Is Graboa still standing next to the shadow? No.
No, I think Graboa's
Back in the corner.
So there's no Mink doesn't count as a ally for sneak attack because of the unconsciousness thing.
Down. Yeah,
Incapacitated,
No
yeah.
sneak attack. No one's near you.
Okay. I'm gonna attack with my silvered short sword. I assume a 24 hits.
Why is it 24?
It's 22, Debbie. I just can't read.
That's all right. You can't be good at everything. Now, here's the question. A 22 does hit. Does silvering a weapon make it magical?
Silvered weapons usually count as magical for the purposes of overcoming immunities, resistances and immunities to non-magical damage.
Okay. So roll your damage, Lena, and because it's silvered, your short sword, it overcomes the resistance that this shadow has to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. So 6 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Which, if it wasn't a silvered short sword, would be halved. Oh, all right.
Is it dead?
Marie, tell me how you silvery short sword this shadow to its shadowy end.
Mostly just panicked, she's panically slashing at it because people keep dying. So she's just stabbing and hoping frantically to kill this thing that doesn't even seem corporeal. Which apparently is a good strategy.
Yeah. Well, it works. We're going to stay in combat because of death save. We're going to stay in turn order because of death saving throws, but there's no.
We're gonna stay in combat because of death.
Because another 45 shadows appear. No. So that's the end of your turn.
Is a medical check to stabilize Mink a action? It's an action,
Yep.
and I can't use my bonus action for it, even though I'm a rogue.
No.
Does being a rogue make you a fast hands doctor?
Makes me a fast hands everything, Elise.
That's being a thief.
You're the one I'm trying to save. You should be helping me.
No.
Let me just check my good boy cards really quick and see if I have anything to help with bonus stuff, but I think that's it for me. We don't own any healing potions, right?
Not yet.
We're so poor.
Cool, yep, that's it for me. Oh, hey. Are death saving throws constitution-based checks?
No. They're
No.
a death saving throw.
They don't have anything to do with constitution?
Correct.
No.
Fuck, okay. Anyway, that's it for me.
They are a saving throw, but they are not tied to an attribute.
they're like completely separate in terms of from any of the abilities.
Cool.
But things
I
like
guess I'm also going to like kind of move over here so I'm out of the way so Teddy can get in and heal people, hopefully.
things like bless do affect them. Is why I was saying that. Like they are a saving throw. That's also why I knew initiative checks are an ability check because Jack of all trades applies to them.
It's my second success on death saves.
Goddamn. I mean, I guess you're saving the high rolls for the ones that really, really matter.
I guess. All right, that's the end of my.
Death save for me. Neat. That's a failure.
Eddie, your turn.
I think Teddy would Teddy be able to tell at a quick glance like who is in more dire need of like healing or stabilization? At this point, it's moot because
It's moot, yeah.
I think it's moot. So I mean, I'll do.
But you do know that Mink
went down first
has lay on hands
and has lay on
and went down first. So if you only have one healing spell, if you're like, oh, I'm nearly out of magic, you know that if you get Mink up, Mink can maybe help. Just putting that out there. You would know that.
Right. What? I'm sorry. What utility would spare the dying happen? Right. Like
It
spare the dying
stabilizes.
stabilizes them, stops the death saving throws.
Yes.
But we remain unconscious for 1d4 hours until we can come back to
unless we're healed.
Or healed. Yeah.
So does it make even sense to use that cantrip? Like if like I can just use healing on
if you're out of magic, or if you're out of like spell slots, it will suffice to keep your
it's a
party
good
member from
backup,
dying.
But there's no
Or
reason to
Yeah, or if you're in battle and it's all you can get because you don't have
Gotcha.
ranged healing, you can spare the dying and at least stop death saves.
Okay. Yeah, I think Teddy will.
Except not true because spare the dying is touch.
Oh, is it? Fuck,
It's
man.
so dumb.
It's so, man.
Spare the dying kind of not really useful.
Spare the dying is if you do not have the wisdom to be able to reliably pass a wisdom check and you're not carrying healer's kits. If you fumble a medicine check to revive someone, it adds a fail to death save. You have harmed them.
Jesus. Teddy will cast I guess I don't know which is better, cure wounds or healing word.
Healing word is less healing but does not require touch. Cure wounds requires touch but delivers more hit points.
Yeah,
if you can be standing next to someone, cure wounds is more. Functionally, it is less useful because it's often very hard to trot over to the person who, just got beaten to shit. So.
Okay, and do you get any bonuses to that, or is it just the 8?
No, I'm able to what is it? Because of my Disciple of Life domain, you regain 2 plus the spell's level. So that's 3 additional hit points.
Okay, so I'm back up at 11.
So Teddy, yeah, he'll get you back up, and he's still recovering from all the fear and the moths and the are the moths and the maggots still in the corpse of the ghast? He had to that's wild. He had to overcome that fear. He had to he jumped. He took a that's
Mink
another
is
thing that
covered in ghast, ichor, maggots, and the moths are kind of dispersing as moths are wont to do in a chaotic and uncontrolled manner.
Mink got covered in the bugs?
And the ghast, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the guest stepped on Mink.
Jeez, this feels like I need to retroactively justify Teddy getting over here and doing this.
By all means, you can roll.
What if... Oh my god. What if I I don't want to risk like having a failed roll. The fear, I will say that like because of the crit fail, like I feel like the fear had so much to do with like the bugs, not the monster. So I would be willing, just for the narrative cohesion of it, to have used my good boy card, my home remedy, that allows me to remove one condition affecting me. That like
To remove the frightened from
to have
yourself.
removed the frightened condition enough to be able to like just get over there and get Mink up.
Some liquid courage. You just grab the flask off your hip, chug down some whiskey.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yep. That seems reasonable.
So I don't know how I get rid of.
If you click on the card, you should be able to like right click remove. I think that does it.
I can't write.
I just drag them out of my hand and drop them on wherever
that's
They
what I-
disappear into the shadows. I know.
Yeah,
I
and-
accidentally did that with one of the ones I was looking at, and then I'm like, click, click. You're
Yeah,
somewhere here.
I can't find it anywhere ever after that.
I think
I
it's
managed to-
somewhere on the map.
I managed
right?
to
I
find
just
mine
can't see
again
it
because I
of the
roughly knew where
light.
it
Yeah.
was, but it was.
I
I'm
haven't
like,
seen them.
Teddy, you're trying to steal my
didn't-
cards.
When I turn roll 20, when I like try to have it in like a smaller window, like all
No,
the
I
cards.
understand. Yeah, I
corner
had to
get
pull
messed
mine back
up.
out to a full window when I was doing mine.
Anyway, so yes, so the healing's done. I used a good boy card to be able to take a what D&D calls for Teddy a mirthful leap. He has mirthful leaps as a satyr. Whenever you make a long or high jump, you can roll a d8 and have the number rolled to the number of feet you cover. I'm not going to roll for that. I'm just
So you
saying that
smack
like
into the wall. Okay, cool,
What-
cool. Mhm.
whenever he leaps, it's mirthful.
It's mirthful. That's lovely. On the somewhere on the map in the shadows, there's a good boy card for pinpoint accuracy. Did that belong to anyone?
I think that's the one that Lino
think that's one of the
accidentally
ones.
flipped over, and Adam thought that he removed from the deck.
I don't know how to
Or
say
it's one of the
discard
ones
it.
that we discarded into the shadows
I think just
last
discard
session.
it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Just discard
No,
it.
I have all my cards.
So yeah, to paint a full picture, yes, Teddy drank, took a mirthful leap, which took him. He did jump right into the wall. He's plastered against the wall. He reaches over just tightly to touch Mink, like trying to avoid the bugs. Like he's just like ah, and he heals Mink, and he says, "Dio, just down. Also, you've got some bugs on you."
Oh, what? Oh, God. What? Diota, what? It's not my.
It's not your turn. It's Mari's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move back over here and make a medicine check to stabilize, what's Diota? Don't have a healer's kit. I'm doing it anyways. Hey, nat 20. Does that give us something
I
better
regained
than
one
just
hit point.
stabilizing?
It gives you a good boy card, and yeah, Dio
I
to
regained
go
one hit point.
on 1 hit point.
Fuck yeah.
Amazing.
What the fuck, guys?
So that takes us out
Yeah,
of.
but you've gotten multiple
shit.
nat
Oh
20s
god, what the
also.
hell happened? Oh,
Um,
oh, ow,
I will.
Yeah, but I'm
like,
the DM.
ow.
I have the
Crawl
settings
myself-
set to maximum.
crawl myself over to Diota and clap him on the back and do 2 more hit points back to you from land.
All that happens when you do that is Jota just like sinks face first into the ground. Oh. Thank you, Mink. Oh.
It was all Marty who got you. That was incredible, Marty. I didn't know that you
Oh.
have so much knowledge around medicine.
I don't. I have like no knowledge around medicine. I'm just really panicked and want to find my friends. And can we get out of here? You probably didn't hear this on account of being dead, Mink, but the woman who we were trying to help,
What?
said
No, we weren't.
something
No.
about a cursed
More convincing.
baby.
I'm gonna use divine
said
sense.
something about a cursed baby down here, and so I think we should just. She said to find it, but why would we want to find a cursed baby? I think we should maybe just leave and regroup outside and take a breather and then come back in and really sneakily look for my friends.
I'm using divine sense because I'm still convinced that Mari is possessed. Like, this is only more convincing to me. She's like, we're trying to help. I'm like, no, we're not. So I use divine sense as an action. I open my awareness to detect forces of powerful good or evil. I can detect celestials, fiends, undead within 60 feet of me that are not in cover, under cover.
Does it go round corners?
So okay,
If
so like
it's- it
rules
has
is written
around, like, behind total cover would be like if it's hidden from me, if I can't see it, if it's like around a corner was total cover from me. So yeah, no.
Uh-huh. So Murray does not give you the awful noxious kind of odor feeling of evil. You think probably she's okay-ish, and nothing else apart from the leftovers, the remnants
Yeah.
of the ick that you fought recently is
Yeah.
giving off any kind of evil. But you do remember / notice that at the end of the bed here is a footlocker with some stuff dangling out of it. Nothing is giving off like an active evil feeling at the moment, but there is the footlocker that you may wish to investigate, and the chanting comes from the corridor kind of back up this way, where you came from, where you fought some ghoul.
Giota has crawled under the table and has assumed the fetal position.
I don't know. We have to find this cursed baby, and also like
Mink, lay this out for me. Why do we have to find this cursed baby?
I don't think we're gonna get out of this house until we find the cursed baby. There's all that mist coming at the windows. I think that's related. I
And
mean,
the
how
rain
could
of
it
And
not?
like I know I
bats.
said the mist was bad and that drawing Strahd's attention is bad. And I know I said all those things, but here is bad too. So we could just try.
Tell you, yeah, let's all go upstairs right now. We'll sleep it off because I think we're all
I
feeling
can't sleep.
okay. Then you can keep watch because Diota's bones were crushed.
Yeah.
And maybe we should recover from that for a minute. So we'll go upstairs and we'll look out the window and we'll see if there's tons of mist out there, like a wall of fog and bats slamming themselves into windows. Then I think we have a pretty one way forward, which is clear out whatever evil in here is happening. For the record, over the table, and you are welcome to roll insight on this, Mink is never going to leave this house without killing this baby. Like, this is, the course is set. He's just telling you what he
Did you
thinks you
have
want
to
hear.
phrase it like that, Elise?
No. But I did. But he's just telling you what he needs you to hear to get through the next, like, 5 minutes, right? So,
Fine. Like, you know, Mari might pick up on some of that, but she's gonna take it because
Kitty.
she just wants to get through the next 5 minutes.
yeah, okay. Mari, can you check this shit for traps? We need to know what
Yeah,
Mrs. Durst was up to.
Yep. And then we're gonna go have a nice lie down. And when
That's
we wake
right.
up, it's all gonna be better. Adventuring is supposed to be fun. This was supposed to be fun.
I'm just
Mhm.
going to drag my, like, partially broken body over to the various remains of the things we've killed, and at this point,
Ugh.
the only relaxation I have is harvesting ingredients.
Delicious. 12 checking for
Excellent.
traps on the
Footlocker
whatchamafucket.
on the whatchamafucket.
Why is there another card on the board now?
I'm sorry.
Wait, should I discard that card?
I
Or is
don't
that,
know.
or do you need it? Is this one of your
Is that
cards?
your
Adam?
card?
No, it came from the Good Boy deck. I don't know. It can
will
be
return
edited
it.
back in. Like,
Did you accidentally draw one when you were trying to get things to close like I did?
yes.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. No problem. The footlocker is not trapped. Would you like to open it and see what is inside?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm meant to hold this book and read and hold push to talk. This is tricky. I don't have enough
Why did
hands.
you turn off fish to talk for a minute?
Yeah, it's
No.
probably like it's not like Mike or the dogs are super loud. You can not be on push
The
to
dogs
talk.
are super loud because it's
Oh.
9 minutes till dinner time and one of them is wandering around going like,
Oh.
so I'm using the corner of the book to hold down my push to talk key. This is fine. So, in the footlocker, you find a folded cloak. You can identify that if you want with some check. A little, what's it called when if you go to like the bottle, the off license, the place where you buy alcohol, and you get like a 6-pack of beer, but a 4-pack of potions of healing. They're like held together by around the glass
with the
nets.
plastic that you have to cut so that the birds don't die.
Yes, exactly.
We could have used that like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
At least you get it now. So a 4-pack of potions of healing, a chain shirt, a Ziggy.
A what? A chain?
A shirt made of chains.
Oh, like armor?
Chain mail?
Chain shirt.
Chain
called
shirt is a
is
specific
type
item.
of.
Okay, I didn't know. Cool. Thank
You know, like Frodo has a mithril shirt. I imagine it's like that.
you. Okay.
Except not mithril, because that would be way better.
Yeah, That's why it's chains, not mithril. A mess kit, a flask of alchemist's fire, a bullseye lantern, a set of thieves' tools, give those to Astarion, and a spell book that has some spells in it, but none of you can learn spells, so...
Okay.
Does anyone want to try to identify the cloak?
I'm on it.
So the crumpled body of Deota will crawl over, and do you want to roll Arcana?
Sure. Teddy, could I have some guidance?
Yes.
Thank you.
You have to ask Ziggy.
Ugh.
Ziggy plays as Teddy. I wouldn't bother with the guidance.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well.
that's pretty good.
24 anyway.
24. The audacity. Okay, so you know, just from looking at this, from the aura that it gives off, from the weight of the fabric and the magical tingle on it, that this is a cloak of protection. So that's pretty useful. Now you're going to ask me what a cloak of protection does, aren't you?
I was going to ask, what did it do?
A cloak of protection is a magic item that gives you a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws whilst you are wearing this cloak. It does require attunement. Are you laughing at me, Lena?
No, I'm laughing. I'm trolling Andy in the chat.
Oh, valid. Hello, Andy.
It's fair fucking turnabout, right?
Yes. Have you? Can you hear this sound, Andy? What's this sound?
No.
So okay. Somebody should take the cloak of protection, and also if the chain shirt is better for anybody, I can't wear it. It's medium armor. It's an AC 13. We should get our AC up if possible. Who can wear medium armor that doesn't have good armor yet?
I can wear medium armor, but that's not as good as the armor I'm wearing.
Okay.
Same.
Same.
Curling into the cloak like it's a blanket.
Keep it and sell it.
Yeah.
I
okay.
thought you meant the cloak. I was like,
Jesus Christ, no. And who should take the cloak?
My AC is already 19. I certainly will take more AC. And,
Pop.
but I think that spreading the love would be appropriate here.
I'm the second frontliner, I guess. And my AC is only 14, but I also got the silvered sword, so I don't want to take like everything. What are other people's AC at?
I'm a 16.
Also 16.
Okay. Also, I think second relevant, especially because it includes saving throws. My max HP is 13.
Yeah, so my max HP is 19. I've rolled pretty well. So I don't know. Like, how likely are you to get hit and to be in the front lines? This isn't like a loaded question. Right, but we're fighting in a very small room right now. I get like typically.
You're in a basement. All of the rooms are small. Just saying.
I'm like, also, it's not like I think every fight is going to be occurring as pitched battle on a plane. I think.
I mean, that's my hope.
So, not to interrupt the very excellent discussion around who's getting the cloak, do you want to take a rest? Because if you do,
God, please.
I would suggest that you take a rest. You decide who's having the stuff during the rest and what your general plan is. And whilst that's happening in game, maybe we can take a break as well.
Yes,
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, notoriously, Strahd does hate rooms, you're right. So you're just going to be fighting on flat, open fields.
Debbie, I'm writing
forwards.
that down. I'm writing down that you said that. I know you were just saying that because I was fucking with Andy and you wanted to fuck with Andy, but now we're taking that as canon.
That's not how it works. It's not
You
canon.
said it.
I was
You
being
said
sarcastic.
the words. Nope. That doesn't.
Lena,
Sarcasm's not a thing.
Marie has a stroke and dies.
Hey, fuck you, Debbie. Never mind.
Okay, everybody, we are going to have a quick break. When you get back, someone is going to have this cloak of protection. We will have had a rest of some description, like I told you to. Just saying.
Okay, but it wouldn't have
we'll...
helped here.
No. But I knew this was coming, so I just wanted you to have in your mind that after this happened, you should probably take a rest. Because I thought this was going to be horrendous, and I got two of you down.
This was pretty fucking horrendous.
It was good, wasn't it? It was good.
I haven't been this close to having a party wipe in like years.
Yeah, right. I'm way better than Andy at killing my friends.
Yes,
just saying. Level 2.
it's also because you're level 2. Yes,
So much easier to like, oops, I killed everyone when you're not.
Yeah.
Fucking
See,
gods.
First adventure of Moontree Isle, when I like KO'd someone in one shot because of a crit. I'm like, oh
dear. The number of crits here. I got 2 of you down because of crits.
Yeah.
It's a risk. Anyway, we're going to have a lovely break. We're going to manage our fluids. Ziggy looks relaxed already, so that's great. So we'll see you back here shortly. Take care.
Cool.
Rightio. See you soon.
I'll be back. Can you?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. Hope you managed your fluids. Got a snacky snack. I did. We are still in this really lovely basement. It's just great. There was a ghastly lady with rotting décolletage and mouth and just horrendous. And she just disintegrated after killing some members of the party. And then a shadow appeared, like a echo of this ghastly woman, Mrs. Durst, the lady of the house. And she seems to think she was invincible and immortal. She wasn't. She's been killed. The shadow took down another member of the party by crushing all of their bones with the tentacle. Luckily, they were resurrected, or saved, I should say. Not resurrected, they didn't die. They got some healing. So everybody's alive, but quite battered, except Teddy, who hasn't taken any damage and is in no way weird. So we also found some good loot. So, gang, do you want to explain what the plan is, what you're going to do with your loot, and what you're going to do with your slightly battered bodies?
So Galway's going to take the cloak of protection.
The
We're
croak
gonna
of
divide.
protection. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
We're gonna divide up the 4 potions among the 4 of us. I don't think there's anything else we're doing with loot. We're going to take a long rest upstairs and hope that the fog is gone. Assuming we can safely get up there. Oh, we should just long rest here. The ghouls. Debbie said this chanting noise was where the ghouls were, and that's on the way back up.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
long
the
rest
chanting
here.
noise is coming from back the way you came. Hopefully you can see my ping on the map, which was coming from the area where you fought the ghouls, but you haven't gone to investigate if it's coming from there or if it's coming from somewhere else.
Okay.
But you're welcome to rest where you are, or you're welcome to investigate and find some more ghouls. Up to you.
And then we were going to also craft. We're going to do the alchemical crafting.
You want to loot the bodies of the things what you killed first. I think Diota said that before the break. So, Diota, if you're looting the Ghast and the Shadow remnants, I guess you can loot a Shadow. Can you roll me 2 d20s, please?
Just d20s or a check of some kind?
Just a d20. Please.
7 and an 8, or 8 and a 7, I guess.
Okay. Well, that's not very high, is it? Okay, you may roll 2 d100s.
Four D100s just came in, but another 8 and 87.
Okay. Ooh. All right. For the 8, would you like to roll me a d4? This is the number of them that you get.
1.
So from the Ghast, you get 1 dose of Hag Eye. That's pretty good. The Eye of a Hag. And what was the other number? 87.
87.
Would you like to roll me a d6, please?
3.
3 doses of clay.
Okay. Updated that.
So, do we want to check out where the chanting has come from, or just barricade the doors and have a nap in here? A long, long nap.
I don't think we should nap with Skeletoni in the room. And also, she came out of the wall. So maybe just in general, I can see that now. Thank you. Could we, I don't know, is this room in here where something we could kind of barricade entrances and exits a bit and sleep on the floor in there and not in the room with Skeletoni?
So, I'm just going to move Lancelot the dog a moment. So this is like a kind of an open archway that you could maybe barricade with the table. And down here is a door.
That we haven't been through.
No.
I don't think opening
don't
more
know what
doors
it
is the
is.
call right now.
Wait, which?
Down
How
here
did we
is
get
a
into
door.
this room?
This
From
way.
the north.
This is where you
Okay.
came in. And up here, the corridor kind of goes, it doglegs.
I
here's
will
where you
take
fought the
some
ghouls.
time to barricade all the entrances. I'll use supplies from the bedroom as
Yeah, you
well
could
as
use the bed.
anything that I can move easily that isn't trapped. I'll take my time to really be careful, but I will barricade using as much as and I want to kind of craft basically things that, like, if someone hits it or knocks into it or tries to open the door, that there will be loud enough noises to alert us that something like that has happened.
I'll help with my -3 strength.
Yeah. Do you think that would be athletics for moving all of the furniture?
I mean, if you want me to do that, I can. I have like an insane strength though, like moving and dragging capacity.
You can
is like
always roll a
800
natural one,
rolls.
though, can't you?
Yeah, but do I need to roll if I'm like taking my time to do this well? I think this is just the thing I can do, right? Like
No, I think you should roll.
Okay, may I suggest that the more interesting role is actually to see how well I construct the barricades and not whether or not I can do the relatively easy physical task of moving the furniture.
Yes.
So that I might suggest survival in that case.
Okay.
Which is hilarious. I'm arguing into myself into a corner because I have +5 to athletics but 0 to survival.
0 to survival? So. Yeah, go for your life. By all means, roll the worst.
I'll look at Diota and be like, some help?
Diota
or Teddy, whoever does guidance. One of you.
Oh, no, I do not do guidance. I can help with, like,
no,
pointing
I think
out
Madi
things.
is helping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assisting, and I don't think it's actually a debuff just because
I'm seeking guidance
weak right now.
I can give guidance.
Thanks. Okay, so I'll roll survival with advantage and guidance. Okay, it's a total of a 17, Debbie.
So with a total of a 17, you do a very good job building very robust barricades that you're pretty confident if anything smacks into them, the bells that you set up are going to like someone's walking in the front door of a shop. You think you're fine.
Can Elise have inspiration for saying for arguing that she should take worse rolls because it makes more sense?
No.
Why? That's like totally like one of the things that gives you inspiration. Usually in more high stakes situations, I think I'm arguing now if you want to start a timer. Usually in more high stakes situations, but like it's like you get inspiration when you do something that's like against the best interests of like min-maxing power gaming because it's what your character would do.
At least as defined by Andy.
I'm done.
Am I Andy? Am I likely to do the thing that Andy does? Or am I likely to do the exact opposite because that's how I am?
So far, pretty likely to do the thing that Andy does.
No, go away, go away, go away.
That's a compliment because you're a good GM and Andy's a good GM.
How rude. You know I hate compliments.
So anyway, it's all barricaded. We're safe, and I will also suggest perhaps that we take watches, since there are creepy crawlies and weird things.
Oh, yeah, there's still a few maggots over there, just so you know.
I've stepped on as many of them as I can.
I think we're just all fucking covered in bugs and ichor now.
And ghast goo is all over Mink, yes.
But no blood, thankfully.
Okay, so long rest time. Everyone good for taking a rest?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will set up a rotation of watches, and we will take the time it takes to get everybody a long rest with watches.
Adam, would you like to roll me a d6, please?
Sure. I rolled a 6.
Okay. So your rest goes off. You take your watches. You are undisturbed, except Teddy, as you're sleeping, like the last few minutes of the rest. Let's say that Mink is keeping watch and you're lying, you're resting, but it's almost time to get up. You're feeling pretty rested. You hear the grief-stricken voice of a man whispering in your ears, "I never wanted this." And you suddenly feel the tightening of an imaginary rope around your neck, and you're jerked wide awake. But nobody's there, nothing's happening, you're fine.
And this was to Teddy, or?
Yeah. So none of the rest of you heard this, you just see your party member jerk awake and gasp, but they're fine.
You said I'm on watch at this point, so the other two are sleeping. So I'll kind of look over and be like, Teddy, you good?
Yep. Just a bad dream.
You got a lot of those?
Not necessarily historically. I think this might be a new chapter I'm embarking on. Anyway, I can probably take over watch for you.
I think it's about time to get everyone up, actually.
We already, everything already happened.
Yeah, I think Debbie said this is like the last couple minutes of the rest.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, well, no stranger to weird dreams myself, so if you ever want to talk it out or punch on a target, like, a hand target, not me, but about it, happy to be there for you. And I'll, very uncomfortable with being vulnerable for a second with Teddy, immediately move over to Diota and start waking Diota and Madi up.
So fucking relatable.
Starting the day up again, I'm not changing my infusions. So still Armor of Protection for Mink, and still Graboa, who I am now going to be loath to ever switch off, since he is, pulling his weight and
MVP.
then some.
Did you want to do any crafting whilst you were resting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just so I can confirm, and thus also stream can confirm, and we all can know, we have the ingredients. It's listed as we follow the rule of 3, so either 3 of the same or combining 3 different ingredients. We can have a recipe, but we don't require one. We can also combine them and sort of see what happens. It's usually at least 1 minute, but we can make it easier for success if we take our time. In terms of taking our time, what sort of scope or scale is that at, Debbie? Push to talk.
Let me check my notes, please. So, for every 10 minutes you take, you get a +5 to your roll.
Okay. So, in a long rest
It's like
with
ritual
watches,
casting.
we end up with 2 dead hours for people.
Mm-hmm.
So 120 minutes. And you said it's every 10 minutes is the unit of increase. And so I'm assuming that we just kind of look at the names of these things and then the powers that it has, and if we don't have an actual recipe where it says, if you put these 3 things together, you get blah, we could kind of just try to be like, oh, this does this, and this does this, and this does this. Maybe this will work.
Absolutely. And if you so if you have 2 ingredients, like, I don't know, if you had like something that would do bad things to undead creatures, or like you had something that did healing and something that did like fire resistance, and you wanted to stick those 2 together, if you wanted a 3rd ingredient, you can always add water. But that
If we don't have water, can we use spit?
yes.
Good.
But that is going to increase the DC of what you have to roll.
Okay.
So over the table, all of your mixtures normally will have a set DC, and if you use water, the DC will be a bit higher, and if you use spit, it will be a bit higher again.
What if
Just
we
because
use?
it's
Never
gross.
mind. I'm gonna stop anyway.
Yes, please.
Just because it's
Um,
gross.
What skill does this go against?
Oh, hang on. Okay, so you have to use a brain check. So anything that's like your whiz or your int, but depending on like what kind of, if you're like, I'm focusing on the magic of it, you would probably roll Arcana. If you're like, oh, I'm gonna try and pray over this to infuse it with the religiosity, then maybe you could do religion, or you could do medicine, or survival. Like, is survival a brainy one? I think so.
Yeah, it's wisdom.
Technically.
Also, maybe
Yeah.
nature, which is int, if you're trying to think
Absolutely,
about. Okay.
Particularly if you're doing plant-based things, right? So
right.
I'm kind of open to whatever your characters might use.
Okay. I wanted to double check because it hadn't specified, and I was like, okay, I know this is a check, but
Yes.
So ectoplasm looks very useful.
Yeah, so one of the things that I was thinking is generally it looks like we have multiples of most of our things.
Except Haggai, Undead Bone, and Fumitory.
So maybe if we wanted to, just for giggles / simplicity, as we do this first round of this, assume a half an hour per mixture, that takes us to that 2 hours. And if we each then wanted to pick a combination of 3 ingredients to try, we could also, because it's in that 2 hour frame, if we wanted to be doing this through, I suspect I have the highest mental stat with my int.
Yeah, so like I don't really want to be I don't think it's a great idea for me to be the one making any of these rolls.
But that's what I mean, is if you wanted to pick out a few things, we could have it be
You
that
could make
Mari
it for
was
me.
interested in, oh, what would these 3 do?
Okay.
Or, these 2 plus some water do,
Oh wait,
and then...
is charisma technically a mental stat? What is charisma? Just its own
No, it's
thing?
int or whiz.
Yes, technically it is a mental stat, but it is not one of the applicable ones.
Okay.
You can't smile
Okay.
at the...
I
the
could
ingredient.
try, but okay.
By all means, try. If you fail these rolls, just by the way, there are consequences. So by all means, try, Lena.
Fucking hell, Devi.
But so does that sound good to people in terms of like maximizing the chance that something comes out of it, but we all get to do something that we think is interesting with them?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Sure. If someone has their 3 ingredients, just shout them out and I can write them down.
So I'm if we don't have a recipe, and let's say, okay, so I'm looking at like snail hearts, and they are a common ingredient for web grenades. So if I were to say mix 3 snail hearts, we have a chance of getting a web grenade, even though we don't have the recipe for. Okay, no.
Oh, that's why I was under. Oh.
Because the recipes are, you need to have the 3.
You need to actually have the 3 things. So then we don't actually have a clue what any of these will do by themselves, just mixed together.
If we don't follow a recipe, we have no idea.
No. The book tells you, if you combine the 3 things into the recipe, right, then that is the thing that you will get. So if you combine 3 snail hearts, you will, and you can make it into a like a sippy potion, or you can make it into a tea, or you can make it into a chucky grenadey thing. That's up to like how you do the thing. But it will turn into something sticky. So it's not necessarily going to be like the web spell, right? Like the web grenade would be.
But we'll have like a
maybe be
a sticky substance.
Okay. You know the domain
So the
it's going to belong to.
Ingredients table is if we combine 3 of those together, we'll get something that has that effect. And then the recipes table is the things that aren't 3 of the same thing. It tells us specific recipes.
So the specific recipes are specifically what you get that the guy that wrote the book has worked out. But you can also combine other things. So if you combined like healing, 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 you're probably going to get something healing, like a healing potion. But you don't know specifically what level you're going to get. But you can give it a shot. If you combine like healing, healing, and extended, then you're going to get maybe a healing potion that does for 2 people or does twice as much healing. If you get like protection from vampires, if you combine it with like undead bane and something curse breaking, like maybe that's going to be like a super powerful like undead and vampire repellent that you can like spritz on yourself or something.
So
okay. I'm trying to understand the difference between these two tables. So the ingredients table is like, it tells us the potential for the effect. So if we grabbed 3 separate ingredients that have the same effect, we would probably get that effect.
Yes.
And
You'll
if we
get
grabbed
something
3 of
in
the
that
same
family.
ingredient, yes, right. And if we grabbed 3 of the same ingredient that have that effect, we would get something in that family as well.
Correct.
And then the recipe table tells us specific recipes to make specific
Correct.
things. Okay, I
Correct.
gotcha.
So, also maybe just so people can see this, because I'd sort of already been putting together what I was thinking I was going to do with mine. We can see what happens with the one that I was going to do. Does that make sense? So
also,
that you can.
I don't know if Elise and Adam have been tracking the alchemy things. Oh, fuck. Never mind. I'm shutting the fuck up. I forgot you have like a whole thing you're tracking them in where we can see them all. I'm just tracking them in my notes like a fucking scrub. Anyway, yes, we should all be able to see those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the character sheet.
So I was going to combine, or try to combine, fire peas, bat guano, and clay. With the idea of it being a grenade or explosive.
Like an alchemist fire. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's so you have understood perfectly exactly what the idea of this is, definitely. So you want fire peas, which does fire damage. You said
Bat guano, which is
which is destructive and gross. Yes, and what was the third ingredient?
Clay.
Which is sticky. Oh,
and also is like listed as
lovely.
good third ingredient.
Good third ingredient.
Sticky bombs from Fortnite.
Yeah, makes it like a grenade shell or a sticky shell.
Love go away. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Yes, you've got this. So you can roll. And if you say you're taking 30 minutes, did you say, to do this thing? So every 10 minutes gives you +5. So whatever you roll, you're going to +15.
Give me just a second. I'm lowering the ingredient amounts. I'm going to do this through the power of... Okay, technically it would be best if I did history, but I'm going to do this through the power of Arcana. I'm going to, just to be fair, Teddy's asleep, so I don't have guidance. Dreaming of Mr. Durst talking to him. Comforting. So an Arcana
comforting,
roll
yeah.
and add 15.
Correct.
37.
Okay. Maybe I've set the add time bonus for this too high, because that's wild. All right. Well done. With that, you get what's called an extreme success. So, that means it gets double the result that you would expect. So if you did a recipe and it said, oh, you get like 1 greater healing potion, you get 2. Or it would like double the power of it. So you get whatever a greater healing potion is times 2. I don't know. So for this, I think you can probably treat it like you've just made a couple of alchemist fires. But they also will reduce the movement speed of a person or item or monster that they hit to 0 because they're sticky.
Nice.
Okay. Does that sound? But you got 2 of them. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And so if we use that recipe again now, clay, fire, peas, bat guano, I don't know why I raised my hand like I'm in class. Anyway, if we use that recipe again now, it will make the same thing, but it may not be as strong of an effect if we don't roll as well. Okay.
Correct. So this means that Debbie starts needing to write down these results, doesn't it?
I'm writing them down. I can
I
send
have
it to
them
you
physically
afterwards if you
noted
want.
too. I'll actually probably start writing down the combinations within the alchemical ingredient thing because it makes sense to put them there. So, does anybody else have 3 ingredients that they want to?
I do.
Yeah.
Kind of from a healing perspective.
Great.
I was thinking about using one of the cedars, which has protection. Well, it's protection, it's purification. I was thinking about mixing that with the fumitory, if people don't mind. There's only one fumitory. The fumitory is an antidote to poison. And the ectoplasm, which is healing and restoration. So just like to create kind of like something that restores and purifies and cures against poison.
Awesome. Yep. You.
It's like basically like a green smoothie.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
Delicious.
I have no objections to those. So.
Are you going to roll for that?
I think that sort of the idea is that
Adam?
everyone has brought these to me, and then I'm rolling during that 2-hour window.
During that time. Okay. In which case, go ahead.
36.
Still an extreme success. Okay.
I'm real good at mental things. It is my only advantage.
All right, brain box. So let me just look something up for 1 second. I'm going to give you a choice. You can have 2 green smoothies of lesser restoration, or you can have 1 green smoothie of greater restoration.
I think that
This is yours.
appropriate that... Is it okay if we say that Adam has the pick? And like maybe gave, Teddy gave Jota instructions of which way to go? Because I'd rather this felt like people were picking stuff.
What are the
I'll tell you, because I just looked it up.
Lesser and greater?
Okay, so lesser restoration removes 1 disease or condition afflicting it. So blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned. Greater restoration undoes like more hardcore debilitating effects. You can reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1, or remove an effect that charmed or petrified them. You can remove a curse. You can remove any reduction to one of the target's ability scores, or any effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. So like the thing that was affecting, I don't know who got it before, the strength drain that the shadow did, you could have undone that. You could have undone that with a greater restoration. But the poison that the ghast's stench inflicted, you could have undone that with a lesser restoration.
Let's say 1 greater.
Okie dokie. Adam, can you remind me of what those ingredients were?
Cedar, ectoplasm, and fumitory.
Cool. Who else?
I have picked out mint,
Yes.
mint, and Eye of Newt. That is 2 mints and an Eye of Newt. So mint has a truth detection effect, and Eye of Newt has like foresight and scrying foresight.
Okay. Interesting.
So angling for something that lets
Like a
like someone detect lies.
Zone of truth thing?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, more or less, because it's like a person gets to have, because like the effect I'm hoping that the Eye of Newt specifically has is like that a single person using this gets to then see or scry or in some way like know when lies are happening. So it would be more or less like a zone of truth or a
Yeah.
detecting lies.
Like a zone of
type
truth
effect.
grenade or a yeah. Cool. I love that. Or a powder that you could sprinkle around and make a zone of
Well,
truth.
I was even thinking like something that I would like drink and then be able to tell when lies are occurring, but it doesn't matter. I don't care how
yeah.
it comes out.
Yeah. That's cool
so
too.
it's mint, Eye of Newton, water.
Mint,
I
Eye
did
of
mint
Newt.
twice, but
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if that actually increases our odds of getting a good effect or if water would be just as effective.
So the DC is higher when you add water because it obviously doesn't have a power of its own.
Mhm.
But at the moment you're adding plus 15 to your rolls. So the very slight difficulty increase that water has maybe won't make a difference. It's up
Okay.
to you. You can do
Let's do
mint
water.
Eye of Newt. Mm-hmm.
Let's do water just to conserve our ingredients a little bit.
And here we go. And this is going in potion form. Uh, 32.
Okay, good. Great. So you can have Zone of Truth usually lasts for 10 minutes. So you can either have 2 Zone of Truth potions or you can have one that lasts for 20 minutes.
I think 2 Zone of Truth potions.
There you go. Sold to the mink that's nearly died twice.
And that's what I care about, finding out if people are lying to me.
Elise,
That's what
you're...
Elise cares
I
about.
was going to say, Elise, who was your character in Moon Tree that was always doing
You're
inside
right.
trades?
I didn't even realize that I did that. But my first instinct was to go with cedar, ectoplasm, and then Adam was like, cedar, I was like, oh, I see. We're on the same wavelength. So I switched my second backup thing that I was already thinking in my brain. So
Sorry.
no, it was perfect. It's good.
You guys are smashing
Former-
this.
I'm
I'm
assuming
glad that
that
it seems to
Cubicle
make
mates
sense.
think alike.
I'm assuming people are adding the items that like I've mixed for them into their inventories.
So I'm
Say that again.
I'm assuming that you've added the things that I've made for you into
Oh.
your inventory. I'm just scribing the recipes.
That's a good assumption to share. So I'll go ahead and add to my inventory 1 green smoothie of
Green
greater
smoothie of
restoration.
greater restoration. Yes. Yeah.
doing Calotropus, which does protection, particularly against poison.
Yep.
Cedar, which is protection and purification, and then Frog's Breath, which is protection from evil, or scrying. But I'm aiming more for the protection because I want to be really protected because I'm scared.
Okay.
39.
Damn these rolls.
Jesus Christ!
I think I need to change the bonus that time gives you
Well,
because this is
I
some
don't think you
bullshit.
should do that.
To be fair, look at these rolls though. Like Golly's gotten plus 6s, but that means the lowest he's rolled is what, like a 11. That's still pretty.
Been on the upper half of the die the whole time.
The whole time.
Okay.
Like, you also, if you go into the other side of the rolls, like, I did roll a 9 on one of them, so that would have been 24.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a choice as well, Lena. So you can, with this concoction and your extreme success, you are pretty sure you're making something that will give you the effect of protection from evil and good. But also, you can choose whether it will give you that effect for like 1 hour, or it will give you that effect for 10 minutes plus 1 to your AC.
Can somebody remind me what protection from evil and good does?
I will tell you, you're fine. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against you, and you also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by any of those creatures. So you can have a potion, a powder, a grenade that you chuck, whatever you want. You can have it in any form that you decide you want. You tell me now. That will give you protection from evil and good. And because of your extreme success, you can either have it lasting for an hour instead of 10 minutes, or you can have it for 10 minutes plus 1 AC.
Oh, I'm gonna do the 10 minutes.
Okay? You can have that twice.
Sweet, okay.
Deota gets a big pat on the head.
Yeah. Do you want that in the form of like a potion that you can drink?
I think a powder that you can snort seems right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just put it on a little...
No. Hey, this is my answer. No, yeah, a fucking potion.
Okay. Can you remind me what your ingredients were, Lena, please?
Frog's breath, cedar, and calotropis, whatever that is.
As a quick question, did anyone besides me remove ingredients from the alchemical ingredient store?
I did not.
I did not.
And Adam, you said not?
Nope.
Okay. I'll go through and do it. I don't mind at all. I just wanted to make sure before I ran us out of stuff that I shouldn't have.
Cool. All right. I would like to give the party 1 inspiration for successfully using the alchemy kit, whatever you want to call it.
Sweet. Should Mink have that because Mink keeps rolling really badly?
I was gonna say,
Wow.
I
You
think
can
we
just keep it as a party 1 and you can...
give it to Deota.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
Deota was the one who made the.
Yeah, Deota.
Cool. And Andy pointed out in chat that we did spend like a significant amount of time on this as well. So I don't think it's like overpowered. Like there's gonna be times when we can't spend 2 fucking hours crafting things. That wasn't an argument.
Okay. Having barricaded ourselves, made potions, Deota
Taking a long
and
rest?
Mari's strength should be back.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
What do we want to do? Is there still chanting?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Back up this way.
Oh, good.
You hear
Did it just
some-
continue all night, like
all night.
the whole time we were sleeping?
The intonation did not change. The volume did not change. You cannot make out what they're saying, but there's kind of chanting coming from this direction. And it feels like it's rising up. It feels like it's coming from below you.
What do we think about checking out whatever this door is before we turn around and backtrack?
Makes sense. Hadn't we heard something from that direction before? No? Okay. I must have been remembering one of the other twisty.
It
corridors.
could just be a closet.
The last closet wasn't great.
The brick closet.
Good point. Almost killed me. I will again hold my shield up and tentatively open the
Do you
door.
want me to check for traps first?
Yep, I do. My hand already on the doorknob. I pull it back.
As I'm doing that, So, like, what do y'all think the chances are my friends are still alive? I got a 20. Debbie, I think you're on push to talk.
I am. I hate it. There is no traps. The door is not locked.
Cool.
Mink is going to look at Madi and using insight attempt to determine whether or not it's a good idea to tell her his true opinion on this question. I don't know why it keeps rolling with advantage. Sorry, it's a 15. I do know why. I will toggle it off now.
I don't know what you want me to do with that roll, Elise.
Well, it's really, I guess, like to I guess it's more to Lena, like with a 15 insight.
So 15 is like pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's
And
your call.
Mari's also not really trying to hide things. Yeah,
Does
if
she
you
want the
tell her
truth,
that
or
her friends are
she-
probably dead, she's gonna fucking lose it.
Okay.
So, no, she doesn't
Well,
want the truth. She never wants the
okay.
truth when it's bad.
Okay. Mink will kind of clap her on the shoulder and say, "We can't know what's happened to them until we find them. So let's keep our chins up, and then we'll open
Cool.
the door."
I mean, how good is a 15?
I mean, if you want to roll like
On a scale of 1 to 20, it's a 15 out of 20.
How would I like do it opposed, like to see?
if you're not trying to hide anything, right? Then it would just generally we roll either persuasion or deception against insight, or just plain charisma against insight, right?
But that's
But
when
if you're not, yeah, if you're not trying to hide anything, like you can just kind of say like, yeah, oh. Mari's wearing her feelings on her sleeve.
Okay, you got that it's
That is a natural 1.
yeah, you got that she would be a real fucking mess. And then underneath that it's like, and also like maybe she actually wouldn't be, like maybe she's not quite as upset as she seems.
Huh. I think Mink just kind of puts that observation in his pocket and keeps it for later.
and screams for Teddy to turn undead.
Yeah, everybody has secrets. All right, let us commence our usual marching order down this hallway. Do we concur, team?
Yes, I will be behind you, checking for traps, or in front of you, behind you.
Behind, yeah. Okay, we've got a big room up here.
Do you want to share the map for the stream?
Terribly sorry.
No, we've only just started moving, so NBD.
I suppose that's true. We were just
as
sitting
Meg
in
would
the
say.
exact same room we've been in.
Now I've kind of poked my head into this room, and I'm curious.
What the fuck?
My thinking is that we've been here before? From a different angle or direction? Okay.
I don't think so. Have we?
Because, like, I thought, I don't know. I thought these, like, these stars that I can see over here maybe look familiar, but I must be thinking.
That's just universal in their map making stuff of there's a point of interest.
Oh.
So
never mind.
We have seen this. I believe the well was marked with one of those, which might be where you're remembering it because it's kind of the similar shaped room as well.
Okay.
Well, I can read you the description and you can tell me if it sounds familiar. How's that?
Please.
Okay. This room is festooned with mouldy skeletons that hang from rusty shackles against the walls. A wide alcove in the south wall, that's where the star is, contains a painted wooden statue carved in the likeness of a gaunt, pale-faced man wearing a voluminous black cloak, his pale left hand resting on the head of a wolf that stands next to him. In his right hand, he holds a smoky grey crystal orb. The room has an exit. Hang on, I'll have to ping. Yes, up there. Marie, you know that this lad, this statue, is Strahd.
It's not typical in my culture of origin. Like, most people in Barovia don't just have statues of Strahd, right?
No. and you feel like the skeletons and all of the other weird crud in the dungeon, plus the letter that you found before from Strahd to the Dursts, indicates that the cultists seem to have worshipped / made some sacrifices to Strahd in order to try and get on his good side.
And they seem to like believe that he was sent by their dark gods or something, and he was
Yes.
making fun of them for that.
Yeah, and he's like, get out of town. Yes. So no, this is not normal.
Okay.
Would everybody like to roll me perception or investigation as well, please?
Mari, are you in the room or?
Yeah, I probably stepped like 1 foot in, like
Okay,
where
so
I am.
So I'm still stuck in the hallway.
Oh, I can move.
No.
You can move past me also.
No. I was doing it in terms of, I didn't mean stuck. I meant I'm going to hang back because I'm hanging back behind you. This wasn't a stuck. This was more of a, I don't want to be one of 2 people in the room because I've gotten hit a lot for my very
Got
small
a
HP.
15 for my investigation.
Oh, thank God. That's on the second die.
Well, okay.
19 for my investigation.
All right. So, the crystal orb draws Mari's and Galway's, and Deota's attention. You're like, oh, that's interesting. But with your 19, Deota is suspicious of it and thinks that maybe there's some magicalness to it. So you can do with that what you will. But everybody except Mink spots that up here in this wall there is an secret door.
Statues is Strahd, but it's probably just a statue, I think. I mean, he can't see through statues, right? That would be wild, right? I don't know why I'm asking any of you. You don't even know who he is. Also, there's a secret door.
What? I've been like staring at the statue.
Also, the orb that the statue is holding is probably magical in nature. Not a.
Can you figure out how without touching it? Because I don't feel like touching things that even like representations of Strahd have touched is like a good idea. But you could just look at it with your eyes.
Also, it's a swirling dark gray orb in a dungeon that has so far contained nothing but the undead and the corpses of the innocent.
Touch it.
Don't touch it.
Can
but
I
just
make an
look with your eyes.
Touch it.
Can I make an Arcana check on it?
You may.
That doesn't involve touching it.
Sure.
18.
I'm glad you didn't get that natural 20. So you think it's a very powerful magical focus, which you for sure could use, but maybe it's also historically been used by Strahd to scry and spy on this weird cult, and that's how he knows shit about them. It doesn't currently appear active, but maybe you want to pick it up and take it with you.
Why the fuck would we want to take it?
Why are you like
Because
trying to like
it's powerful.
Pippin Palantir me on this? Hey, look, here's the scrying stone of pure evil. You wanna touch that?
Well, Pippin did, so do you want to touch that?
No.
Do you tell us all of this out loud?
Yeah, do you tell us this?
Maybe we cover it up. Just
Or
throw a
smash
sheet on
it.
top
Should
of
we
it.
smash it?
No.
Ooh, smash it. Go
Why?
on, let out the magic.
I think smashing it might. I mean, it could go boom. It could let out a gas that then poisons us. It could. I mean,
As this is going on, I'm just gonna like hand some of the like I think I grabbed like a couple of sets of clothes that had been around when we were just looting things. It just basically have oh god, everything in my brain has stopped. Groboa take that and like hover up and over to drop it down.
Beautiful. Yes, you have successfully covered the Pippin Palantir of Strahd.
Okay, well, this place is lovely.
No, it's not.
I'm just gonna look at Strahd's eyeballs in the statue and then the wolf's eyeballs in the statue. Are the eyes also magical? Can they see? Is it just the orb? Do they look the same?
You want to make a perception check?
Sure. Here it comes. It's a 6 this time.
You aren't sure, but you're pretty sure the eyes of the statue are following you as you're moving around the room.
I step back from it and get creeped out.
Do you want to make a wisdom saving throw for being afraid of the statue? It's up to you.
Sure. Yeah. 21.
You're not afraid. You're like, fuck this Strahd man, creepy-eyed weirdo.
He fucking squaring up with a statue, getting ready to use compel duel.
So are there actually corpses in here? Like anchored to the walls?
Yeah, you see these skellies. They're skellies.
Do they, 1, seem undead, and 2, have anything on them or alchemical ingredients?
They are 100% dead. They do not seem to have anything on them. They just bones. Not even undead bones, just bones.
Okay.
You could get bones from them, like in Baldur's Gate, but they're not useful.
Are they worth 1 gold piece, like in Baldur's Gate?
No.
Damn.
Okay. Secret, should we look down the tunnel or go through the secret door?
I'd maybe secret door first.
Yeah. And we could just shut it behind us so nothing can come out of the tunnel and follow us.
Okay. Check for traps, Maddie.
I will do that.
Incidentally, just as a note on marching order, not that it really matters, but even though I'm not... Even though I'm not putting their token there, because otherwise it would just stack with me, Grubo is basically hovering right next to...
On your shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Okay. No, you are completely sure that this door is not trapped and definitely not a mimic.
Okay. It's not trapped and definitely not a mimic.
Oddly specific. I open the door.
Yeah, you're fine. It's just a door. So, what you see is a staircase that ends at a landing with a 6-foot-high ceiling of close-fitting planks with a wooden trapdoor set into it. The trapdoor is bolted shut from this side and can be pushed open. So if you go up there, if you climb up the stairs and kind of unbolt the trapdoor and open it, you're back on the ground floor of the house in the hunter's den.
Okay,
So
there's a
all it does.
shortcut between these.
This seems like a useful
Correct.
thing to know.
But that's it. Also,
Okay.
Just for the record, this door, according to the book, is a mimic. It's not. You're fine. I thought that was a bit of overkill. So you could have had a mimic fight, but you didn't.
Andy
You're welcome.
remembers that
Their
was a mimic.
balancing is fucking nuts. That would have been so lethal if we had tried to go from what's her butt to
Yeah,
this.
right?
Yeah.
It's unbelievably stupid. There's like just like fight every step.
Okay.
So down the secret tunnel? Well, it's not secret. I just
Secret
anyway.
tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Okay.
Tell me when you need another roll for traps.
We are at a crossroads. We can go north, south, or continue to the
So-
west.
You know here was where you fought them ghouls before. You realised the blood on
we've
the
done a
floor,
loop.
ink is yours. Yes. So you've come down here and you've looped around.
So I
here.
kind of have been here before because this is where I retreated when
Oh,
I did go
and
down
that's
this
why just
hallway.
you recognize it. Okay.
Yeah.
You got
during the ghoul fight. Yep.
yes.
I didn't see much of this room, but I probably stepped enough in that I saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So the
friends-
only way you haven't been is this way.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Let's go.
Onward. Okay, we can go north or south. There's stairs down if we go south.
The chanting was below us.
So
Correct.
down.
And as you move in this direction, the chanting is definitely louder down here.
Okay, so we'll go south. I can't get past the stairs.
All right,
Thank
don't worry.
you.
Hang on.
I also can.
Bloody hell. All right, I'm going to have to move you to a different zone. Let me describe these stairs for you. Oh, they're stairs. And it's obvious when you stand at the top of this 20-foot long staircase that the ghostly chants originate from somewhere below. Please hold while I move your character sheets.
Also,
Character
just
sheets, tokens.
20-foot staircase. That's like we're going down like a story plus from the
Yeah.
basement.
20 would be like 2 more
Yeah.
floors worth of stairs in contemporary American architecture. Here we go.
Okay. Can everybody see where they are? You might still be stuck on stairs.
I am still stuck on stairs.
Okay, I'm just
I'll
gonna
move in a little
roll
so that everyone can. Yeah, okay.
here. Doggo. Right, let me describe this room for you. Please hold. The ghostly chants are emanating from somewhere else, but they fill this room. You hear them saying, "He is the ancient, he is the land." You can finally distinguish what they're saying. It seems that the cult have amassed several relics that it's used in its rituals, and these items are stored in 13 niches or niches along the wall. I thought you'd like that one, Elise. So, let's go round the room and I'll tell you what's there. Okay? So from the first one that's like here, near where Teddy is stood, this is a blood-stained wooden sun. Then in the next one, the next niche or niche, it is an aged Tarocca deck in such a foul condition that some of the cards are unreadable, rendering the deck useless.
A what?
Tarocca deck, like a tarot deck, basically.
Like a tarot
but it's
Okay, so a bloodstained sun.
bloodstained sun, bloodstained wooden sun, an aged Tarocca deck, a hag's severed finger, and Marie, for some reason, this sends a shudder down your spine. You nearly vomit as you're kind of flooded with horrendous thoughts, memories, whatever. Like, that's not pleasant. In the next one round, it's a dagger carved from human bone. Then a broken silvered bolt. You cannot use it. Like a crossbow bolt. Next, and I don't know how you know what these things are, but you know that this is a jar of severed raven's talons soaking in wine. I can give you all of these afterwards, by the way, if you're interested. Next, a crown made of black vines. And Mink, you're really curious about this vine. It seems kind of familiar to you for some reason. Next, a desiccated frog lashed to a stick, easily mistaken for a wand of polymorph. Next, a cracked egg containing the skeletal remains of a deformed infant dragon. Teddy, this is horrendous and awful for you to look upon with your history. Your ancestors would be appalled. Turns your stomach. Next, a large, pure white feather. Next, a small wooden coffer containing a dire wolf's withered tongue. It's old, so you can't use it for alchemical stuff. Next, a chunk of amber resin. And Diota, this amber looks like something you've seen before. And last but not least, a dagger with a bat's skull set into the pommel.
Well, this is shitty. I'm gonna go like with extreme caution and very slowly approach the vines, the black vines, and kind of look at them closer. That was
Yeah, you want to give me a perception investigation?
ugh. Sure. I think the investigation is truer to what this is. So I will do investigation on this. With my -1 and my great rolls, that's a 15.
Okay, I am going to message you something privately.
Very exciting.
You had said when we came in here that there was chanting, here's the ancient, here's the land. Is that anything that means anything to me?
It's something that's often said about Strahd, that he is ancient, he is the land. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to look at the amber.
Investigation.
$11.
Yeah, it just looks like amber.
I back away from it.
I'll look at the hag's finger, I guess.
Okay. Okay, let me just DM you. Okay.
I might turn to Diota, like back away from the crown of vines, and kind of tap him on the shoulder. That crown of black vines, is there, are you able to like magically suss out what something is?
I could try.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Oh, no, I have not been trying to touch anything in here since yesterday. Can I make an Arcana check on it?
Yes, you can.
16.
You aren't sure, but you think that these vines come from some kind of like magical tree. You're pretty sure that it had some magical power, could do something, seemed kind of curse, gross. I don't know. You're not exactly sure, but it's not good. But there doesn't seem to be any remaining magic in it. It seems to have dissipated over however many centuries it's been here.
I will relate that information to Mink.
Are we all picking something to investigate?
Yeah, the thing that kind of resonated with you.
Yeah, I'll investigate that. With a 4.
Yeah, it's just really turning your stomach because it's making.
Wait a minute. No,
Waiting.
I'm gonna use a good boy card. I'm gonna use my I learned it from you card. If another player succeeded on a skill check in the last minute, you succeed on the same skill check.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that to succeed on my investigation check.
Amazing. Okay, fantastic. I will just DM you something. I'm DMing through Discord, not Roll20, because I'm terrified that I'm going to do the thing that Andy does and whisper publicly.
It's hilarious when it happens.
I'm not being Andy in so many ways.
I would just clarify one question about the crown. When you said it came from a magical tree, we have no way of knowing if this magical tree is itself still alive and magical. Just
Correct.
that the crown of vines, it has
Taken from
long
it.
since been taken from it and is no longer magical because it's been separated from the actual magic of the tree for too long.
Correct.
Got it.
Talk amongst yourself for a moment, please.
Talkie.
I think I would look around after Diota gives me that information and kind of take note of what everyone is looking at. So, or what people are kind of curious about in this space. Just like walk up to Mari and be like, what's that?
Hang on a second. There's many
Yeah, hold
things
on one sec.
occurring. What? This is the problem with doing things secrets. Okay. So as you wander over, Mink, to Marie, looking at the thing that she's looking at, you see her pocket it.
Oh, I thought we weren't touching the things in the room. I say loudly so that everyone's attention is drawn over here.
Diota, I'm not.
Wait, what? Touching? Were we not? Oh, I'm so sorry.
What? Why did you... Nothing happens when she pockets it?
Nope.
It seems like maybe it's okay though.
I'm going to use the divine sense. I'm suspicious.
On Marie?
I mean, it's just 60 feet, anything in the area that is not
Okay.
behind total cover.
The whole fucking place reeks of evil. You are overwhelmed by it. You nearly vomit. It's horrendous. But it's not coming from Murray. It's just this fucking place.
Okay, and the individual things in the room are not sending any particular sense
None of them are magical.
fiend,
They're all
undead,
like
celestial.
ancient
Okay.
wrecked. Nope.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
minging.
It's just, in general, touching things that could be magical or cursed. I thought we decided we weren't doing.
Right. I mean, I don't think it's just a finger. I don't think it's magical or cursed.
A severed finger in a ritualistic room wouldn't be cursed?
I don't really know anything about magic.
Mari, why did you take the finger? I'm going to use one of my Zone of Truth potions.
Really?
Yes. Mink doesn't like evil things, and he's suspicious of you. All right, I don't have Zone
Wait, are
of
you
Truth.
gonna force feed me a Zone of Truth potion?
I think it works like I take it and it has the effect of like casting the spell, basically.
Okay. Gotcha.
So what do you need from me, Elise?
I'm looking up the Zone of Truth spell because I don't normally have. So just a second while I get that.
You're good.
Okay. I create a magical effect that guards against deception. Everybody everybody in the radius, including myself, I suppose, makes a charisma saving throw.
Okay, hang on.
So that is going to be all of us. We can go ahead and do that. If people want to do it privately, they can.
What's the DC?
13 is my spellcasting DC.
Do you know if they pass or fail?
I do not know if they pass or fail. Oh wait, that's a lie.
No, you do.
You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
Okay, so you know that Lancelot the dog succeeded.
Okay,
What's
great.
the DC?
13, so you save.
Okay.
At least I assume it's 13, unless there's a reason it would be anything besides my spellcasting.
No, I think
Because
that's
it's a
fine.
potion. Okay, that's fine.
I'll voluntarily fail.
Okay. Interesting, Mari.
What?
All the rest of us are willing to speak the truth right now.
Wait, I didn't know that was an option.
The dog isn't.
Well, that's true. The dog isn't. You can always voluntarily fail.
Oh, do it again, and I'll voluntarily fail.
I'm so tempted. I have a second one.
Maybe it's not going to be me that kills you. Maybe it's going to be each other.
I feel
Well,
like
yeah,
we have a fair amount of those
I mean,
ingredients.
I told you I don't know anything about magic. I just felt an effect.
I
didn't know I
swallow the
could-
second one. Voluntarily fail.
Okay, I'll voluntarily fail.
Interesting. Okay, so we've all failed it now.
Let the dog roll again, please.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Do I get to roll again too? Everybody
Sure.
gets to roll.
If you don't want
Dog fails this time.
to. I don't know. Would it replace the? Yeah, I would replace it. It would essentially cast the spell again, replacing previous rolls. I'll voluntarily fail this time because I forgot that as an option too. That's both of our uses.
And you
of
know
Zone
things
Truth.
about magic.
Well, you know, you can always voluntarily fail saving throws. That's like a standard. You can always do it rule in D&D. I just forgot it. Okay, so we all failed. Everybody is telling the truth now. I look at Marty and I say, "Okay, so why did you take it?"
It feels really familiar to me.
How does it feel familiar to you?
Like it's a feeling like inside me, like my thoughts in my chest, kind of like it just feels like when when you kind of get like deja vu, I think, where you see somebody or something that you kind of remember but you're not really. It feels like that, just familiar.
I look at Teddy and I say, "The thing, what item was it that you were interested in again in here? Drawn to?"
You're asking Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting as you turn to Teddy. He's in the middle of wait, verbal somatic material. Wait, but I don't. Oh, I have to. Okay, if I were to do this, I would be touching my item too. But I think that is what Teddy would be doing. So during all this, he's not really been paying attention to the Mari stuff. Can Teddy feels quite strong. He suspects that this item, that the cracked egg, has to do with his father, or the dream that he had, the vision of his father.
Yeah.
So, could I do a religion check to see if I can, like, and I don't, and this part I don't think requires me to touch it necessarily, unless that would help. But he's trying to get a sense of, like, by spiritually just kind of attuning with this thing, like, and praying to Ectiarn. Does this?
Abby, what are you doing with Lancelot?
Nothing.
So I'm gonna see what my religion. It's a 4.
You're nothing. It's
Nothing.
just like praying into a blank void. Your god doesn't. Maybe they can't reach you down here.
One thing that that Teddy did, a spell that he prepared after the last long rest, was ceremony. Because he was just kind of, it's sad, he was kind of having to fake it for the whatever. I mean, he said a real prayer about over the kids, but he's gonna really try. He's gonna try to weirdly do a funeral rite for the this tortured infant dragon.
Debbie, what is Lancelot doing?
He's pacing. He's nervous. He doesn't like it down here. It smells funny. It's awful. It's horrendous.
Well, Teddy's doing a funeral rite for this egg. If that's pulled Mink's attention, so Mink's not talking to me and yelling at me anymore, I'm gonna focus on Lancelot and try to calm
an hour for you to cast ceremony?
Oh, it's not an hour. It's an act. It's one action.
Okay. I thought it was an hour.
No, it says one action.
I have no idea.
Great.
I just can touch it, and it practically. So this is pure flavor. I'm sorry, guys. It's just because of how meaningful that would feel character-wise. Like, I don't think that we were actually in danger of this corpse becoming undead, but
no. So as you use this spell, as you cast it, the remains of this infant dragon kind of bathed in like a sacred flame, and kind of light up, and then it's gone.
It is an hour. I think it got put into Roll20 wrong. I just confirmed it on the 5e tools.
That's fine. It can just be what it is. It can be one action for this.
Right, because you wouldn't have known when you were preparing it, so that's shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's the casting time?
Mm-hmm.
It got put in wrong. It's not your fault, though.
Well, it is my fault because I had to enter it manually, but I was entering it based on
ceremony 1 hour, and it's a ritual spell, so you can take 10 minutes. So you can take 70 minutes to cast it without using a spell slot.
Why is it? I guess I was looking at a site that it just has one action on the site that I.
It's an action. Action isn't the same as
casting
duration
time of 1 hour.
or casting time.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at this like wiki.dot page, and I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, let's not worry about it for now, and
evil.
let's say that it doesn't take a spell slot either, because I think that this is just a bit of flavor, and it can have taken however long it's taken. Please don't use your resources at this stage of the game. You need them.
No.
Like my zones of truth potion.
I mean, it's done now. You're not going to zone of truth in a battle.
No, but I just I feel like this is like a very critical, like this could build a lot of mistrust. These items are, this is in character. Oh, go ahead if you need to. Okay, in character, I'm gonna like see Teddy doing this, see Mari pocketing things, and just like standing there like hands kind of in the air, like what the fuck are we doing? Like these items were clearly of importance to an evil cult used to honor Strahd and kill babies and turn them into monsters. And we're just touching them, we're just picking them up and putting them in our pockets and then saying, oh, it has a sense of deja vu. Like that's not good enough.
Mink, it's just a finger.
It's obviously not just a finger, Mari. And like also with Zone of Truth, like, can you actually say that? I'm curious, like if that a lie to you, or is that
Let
true?
me revise. Mink, it's a finger.
Okay.
How, just as a question, how is that, where in that line of argument does it get better? It's a finger. It's the severed digit.
Hold the finger up. It's a finger. Have you ever been hurt by a finger?
Fingers are absolutely used as spell casting components, and we all know that. We've seen it. Okay?
Yeah, Zone of Truth.
Interesting watching Mari flounder on this one, huh?
I've never cast a spell that uses components in my life.
Mari, listen, I'm a little bit stupid, but I'm also not that stupid.
Diota's gonna reach up and pat Mink on the head.
It's true. Minus one in int.
I'm not going to use it as a spellcasting component.
Do you not agree that this room is full of ritual components that an evil cult set up? Do you agree with that? Yes or no, Mari? That this room was obviously used by an evil cult to set up rituals using items of importance to that cult and to Strahd, someone that you have acknowledged is evil and bad, and we should not draw his attention?
Yes.
Okay, then what part of picking up and taking the spell components that they've once set out makes sense?
It's a finger.
Okay, we're not getting anywhere, but I just want you to know that, like,
I mean, I don't know, Mink, I don't know how these things... Mink, maybe it would stop them from doing the spell.
Or
I
maybe-
think that being completely dead is more effective on the stopping spell.
we just don't know what's going to happen, and just picking it up without consulting anyone, without telling us what your motivations are, without telling us why you're doing it, with repeating
and
things that
Deontay
are
were
obvious
busy.
half-truths.
I'm not... What half...
Can
What
you say that?
half-truths? Yes, I can say that. What
Okay.
half-truths?
Marty, do me a favor, rephrase that as a statement. I haven't said any half-truths.
Mink hasn't said any half-truths.
It's nice that you believe that about me. All right, well, since we're not getting anywhere with this, I don't know which room we're going down, but
Mink,
I would like...
Wait, define half-truth.
I would like Mari to no longer be at my back, so I will put Mari in front of me to keep an eye on her.
Mink, I am not going to hurt you down here. I will do
No.
everything in my power to keep you alive and to keep you safe and healthy down here.
I'm uncomfortable with the usages of prepositions in that statement.
I don't think I know what a preposition is. We didn't
Why
go
are
to grammar
you
school.
specifying you'll keep us safe down here and not hurt us down here?
Because that's where we are, down here.
Are you going to hurt us upstairs?
I don't have any plans to hurt any of you at any time, but sometimes things happen. I just met all of you. I don't know where my friends are. I just met all of you. You could be dangerous. I don't know what you're going to do when we leave this house. You're yelling at me now. So I'm not going to hurt you down here, but I don't know what the future holds. And I promise I will do my best to keep you safe while we're investigating this.
Okay, thank you, Mari. I want to turn to Teddy and say, what the fuck did you just do with that? Was that a dragon egg? It's gone now, right? Like the spell effect
Yeah,
made it go away?
the remains kind of in a beautiful radiant light lit up, and then what was left is gone, and it brings Teddy a real sense of peace. Like that was the right thing to do. That was what the dragon would have wanted and what his family would have wanted.
Teddy's eyes are like closed, but he'll open them and turn to you. And he'll say, I'm sorry, can you hear the other voices outside my door?
No, Adam, we can't hear the voices in your head.
Okay.
I legit wasn't sure if
or
that was
outside.
in character or not. I was like,
Well, that would
That's
be
fair, that's true.
that would track. You're right that the relics in this room are clearly very connected to a dangerous ritual. There's a lot of darkness in this house. And I think that wherever we can, it makes sense to try to bring in a little bit of light. I don't know what Mari needs with the finger, but I did what I had to do. Can Teddy do an insight check on Mari, just in general? Like,
I thought
I
you were
don't
going
have
to say
any-
on Teddy.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean-
inside check yourself. Yeah, you can inside check Mari, I'm sure.
no fancy.
But like,
it's
you
zone
know
of
that
truth.
she's been in a zone of truth, so she hasn't. Nothing that she said has been a lie.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
about. It's more not about the. It's subtext rather than text. It's getting a sense of like what is
Why is she
what is
skirting
her
around
motivation
stuff? Or
in trying to skirt these things here. And I'm doing. Can I give guidance to myself?
Yeah.
14.
So would I roll? Is it then a charisma to see how good inciting?
Yeah, because normally you'd be like inciting against like a deception or persuasion, right? So if you wanted to roll you probably can't roll deception because you're in the zone of truth still, but you can probably roll persuasion.
What I'm so if Teddy's just trying to see like my general vibes, would that be so? Are you trying to like?
Teddy's trying to get
Basically,
the subtext of
the
what
idea
you,
of-
so you've been saying, and Teddy's kind of trying to work out like why are you being this slightly evasive sort.
The idea of the persuasion is like if you're telling the truth that you are performing or like that your
You're-
manner is persuasive to Teddy in this moment that
Okay.
you are telling the truth.
So I rolled a 26.
So,
I
yeah, as you said, Teddy, right? You don't know what Mari wants with the finger, but you know that nothing that she said while she's been in the zone of truth has been a lie, and you feel like if she felt the pull to that finger the same way you felt the pull to the body of the baby dragon in the egg, you can completely understand why maybe she wants to do something with that. That's a very persuasive argument.
Yeah. So Teddy would kind of be defending Mari. You know, like we don't know what the finger is for, but all we really have in this space is each other until.
And apparently
Don't.
a severed finger that we're just going to take with us. That's another thing we now have in this space. So
You never know when you might need a finger.
I
Like
will.
as a dam.
I'm not going to do anything to cause you harm while we're here. It's okay.
It's just not very reassuring, Maddie. It's like I will, since we're all just doing this, I'm going to turn and get a match or kindling whatever out of my kit and light the crown of vines on fire.
Oh,
Okay. It burns to a crisp. And you take
See?
1 point of fire damage.
Why? Okay.
why
Get
did you
burned.
just
headbutted
do
on
that?
the way out.
Because I too got a sense of deja vu from a crown of
You
vines.
burn the things that give you deja vu, Mink?
Sometimes things are evil, Mari.
Do you know that the crown is evil?
Yes.
How?
I don't feel like sharing that with you.
I'm fairly certain that everything in here is evil. Like, just don't generally associate, oh, look, a knife made of bone.
I don't know
Just-
what y'all's upbringing was like, but in Barovia, there's just a lot of. Sorry, there's a lot of weird shit sometimes, okay? Sometimes in Barovia, things seem freaky and maybe evil, but you can't just. I mean, in Barovia, you can't just not interact with everything that seems evil. That would
There is-
be so much stuff
There is no non-evil consumption in Barovia.
in Barovia.
There is no non-evil consumption under Strahd.
Just for the record, whilst all of this has been going on, the chanting of he is the ancient, he is the land is still coming from somewhere down here.
Yes, we hear you. Pipe the fuck down.
And you have seen Lancelot is wildly unsettled and has been pacing around. And there are two ways out of this room. There's this narrow corridor, and there's this. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This is a tunnel that slopes down at a 20-degree angle into murky water and ends at a portcullis that is raised enough so you could go underneath it. And this is obviously all filled with water down here. It's nice and wet.
Oh, good. Why is the dog pacing around? Lancelot, baby, are you okay? I'm gonna give Lancelot another ration. Are you upset because... Are you upset because Mink and I are fighting?
I think Lancelot might be upset at the evil cultist chanting.
Oh, no.
Mari's like, wait, the cultists are evil?
You're upset.
All right.
You're upset about the cultists, Lancelot?
Oh.
Do you want to wait here while we go deal with the cultists? Oh, okay. No, you don't have to. Did Diota do anything with Diota's thing, or just look at it?
No. Over the table, Diota failed their check, so they were just like, oh, cool. All right, that seems like a weird thing.
Uh-oh, okay.
That's why you ain't checks. That's D&D.
Are we going through here? Are we ready? Everybody?
Yeah. Yep.
Square up. Get ready to swim.
I've got your back. I'll look for traps.
Okay.
Trap check.
$15.
You do not think it's trapped, but you also do not see a way of raising the portcullis this side of the portcullis. Unless it was like raw strength. So
did you say we were able to slip under it or not? Correct.
Yes, you can. And you can just about crawl under it and keep your face out of the water. But it's not trapped so that as soon as one person goes under, it's going to fall, right, and cut them off. But you do not see a mechanism to lift it this side, which may or may not be relevant.
And this is the only way out of the room, right? Besides where
No.
we came in?
There's another tunnel over here.
Oh, okay.
Do we want to try this tunnel first? Just in case? Or just go with the portcullis and swim under?
Does the water look clean?
There's no way. I think it's described as murky.
Murky water.
I'd probably rather stay dry, but whatever y'all think is best.
Did the cultist chanting sound like it's equally coming from the two paths?
No, it's coming from the wet room. We can speed run this other bit because I'm conscious of the time and it's just, let's speed run it. So down here is essentially this nice prison. So this is an area that has been used to keep...
Sorry,
down where Lancelot is. Can you see Lancelot? Come down here. Come down here.
Okay.
Come down here. This is a selection of cells. There's nothing in the cells. There's no dead bodies here anymore. But this is obviously where prisoners, ritual sacrifices, victims of the cult, etc., have been kept. And Diota, from where you're standing, do you want to give me a perception check? From where you were standing here.
Yeah, sorry, I was just moving it around so that stream could see the
rest of the zone. I can move you. You're good. So it's like a lovely little tunnel.
Perception or investigation?
Perception, please.
Nice. 20, not nat.
You see that there is a door.
There appears to be a door here. Based on the orientation of the rooms, I suspect that it would lead into the area we were looking at, or at least that direction, which might be better than, shimmying under a portcullis in filthy water.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. Madi, you wanna check for traps?
Yeah, of course, Mink. I'll always check for traps for you.
Cringe.
Oh, I rolled a 5, though.
Oh my god, if this is trapped and you tell me it's not trapped and then I immediately take like a poison dart to the face, it's gonna be so funny.
Murray, you are 100% confident this door is not trapped.
I am 100% confident the store is not trapped.
Okay. I wonder if Zone of Truth is still up, because then I at least know you're not lying to me about it. No, it's down by now. Okay. Open the door.
You get smacked in the face by nothing. You're
Oh,
fine.
thank God. Okay.
Okay, so let me. Boop, 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 boop. I'll move Lancelot in so you can see. Okay, so this is obviously a ritual chamber. It's got and the darkness isn't helping, but kind of around it is like a ledge with steps at a couple of points that is raised above the water. It's a kind of a sunken room with a raised dais in the middle. The chanting that you heard through the whole dungeon originates from here, but as soon as you walk in, it stops. So this is a 40-foot square room. The smooth masonry walls provide excellent acoustics, thus explaining the echoing chanting and babies crying that you've heard all the fucking time you've been here. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling, and a breach of the west wall leads to a dark cave heaped with refuse. That is, please hold. This is your refuse heap. You see this?
Yes.
It's beautiful. There's nothing there but garbage.
It's not really like I would have thought that maybe if you hadn't said that.
Oh, that's weird. Murky water covers most of the floor. Stairs lead up to dry stone ledges, of which you are on one, that hug the walls. In the middle of the room, more stairs rise to form an octagonal dais that also rises above the water. Rusty chains with shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above a stone altar mounted on the dais. The altar is carved with hideous depictions of grasping ghouls and is stained with dry blood. The water is 2 foot deep. The ledges and the central dais are 5 foot high, so 3 feet higher than the water's surface. The chamber ceiling is 16 feet high. And you can see, if you explore around the room, here is the mechanism for the portcullis. And hang on. Oh man, I'm trying to do so many things. It's clear that the cult used to perform rituals in this sunken room, but for what purpose, you don't know. But as you inspect the altar, you see like the stone carving, and you see a small bundle sitting on the top of the altar. It's about the size of an infant, completely shrouded in black cloth.
And there's
Wow.
no people in here. We can't see anybody who was chanting.
Nope. I think that's where we'll leave it for today, friends. Maybe
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Just we found Walter.
Maybe.
We think.
You found something. Isn't that good? Yeah. All right. Woohoo.
We found the baby.
Well, you found a bundle of something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only
Good
getting
job.
worse.
All right, so you're not dead. Again, 4 sessions into this one shot, and we're still not dead. Good job. Thank you so much, everybody, for playing. You've been amazing, as always. I really enjoyed that. I'm delighted and mad that you survived despite my best efforts. Thank you for everyone who tuned in, everyone hanging out in the audience or who's going to catch up on demand. Appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed this. We are scheduled to play again, but I don't remember when. So keep an eye on the Discord would be my suggestion. Join the Discord, !Discord, to get the announcements of when we're playing next.
28?
Just if anything changes.
Maybe?
No, I don't think that's
No,
right.
we changed
Oh,
that.
we changed that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's why. So keep your eye on the Discord, and hopefully we'll see you all at the next session when we're going to deal with this bundle of definitely not death.
Which is on May 11th. I just pulled up the calendar.
3 weeks.
Okay, so our next
Weird
scheduled
time.
session
No,
is
wait.
May
No, it
11th.
is the 28th.
No, I don't
No,
think
it's not.
so.
No,
someone-
that's something else. That's something
yeah.
else. That's a bad color.
Hoo-yah.
Too similar to the other color. Yes, the 11th.
Okay. So, from everybody here, a big thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water. And
Thanks.
don't let a ghast get you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.